Anybody heard from Fester this morning? Because I spoke to him yesterday, and he's supposed to be here. I didn't see him.
Voila!
There he is. Well, now,
Oh, my God, how much weight did you lose?
walking right in. All right, Fester, well, plug on in your headphones there, pally.
Sir.
Looking svelte.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, breaking news here on the MJ Morning Show. Yeah, this is an MJ Morning Show news alert. Fester is back in the studio. In fact, here comes Fester Dolt. Not Lester Holt, where this is an NBC News special report. Now from New York, here's Fester Dolt. Hey, dude, how you feeling?
I feel good. I feel really good. Yeah.
Did you take the elevator up?
You know what? I took the stairs.
All right.
Yeah,
So
I took the stairs.
no need for the elevator.
You know, when I brought up...
Let it out.
Stop.
Let it out. Let it out. Don't keep that in.
All right, sorry about that.
When I brought up the elevator movie,
Yes.
I spent a couple of days and I can't find it. This is something I imagined. I thought it was an 80s horror movie about an elevator that ate people.
Elevator.
Am I wrong?
If not, we should make it.
I know, for real.
And use this building as the set. Elevator.
You Googled Elevator, the movie, and you couldn't find any movie?
It's like, I also have like a vision of a movie from when I was a kid I was watching, and it was a guy in his own armpit ate him.
I don't remember.
Have you ever seen that?
movie? No.
He was eaten by his own armpit, and I can't find that movie either.
I know there's a
think you
movie
dreamed
not.
that.
I know there's a movie not too long ago of like a woman with teeth and
Oh, teeth, yeah.
with,
That,
yeah,
ugh,
with
that movie was horrible.
but I don't know about the armpit, but Elevator sounds like it would have been a movie though. Anyway, so Fester, you took the stairs.
I did.
Were you winded? Were you out of breath?
Not totally. I mean, I'm normally out of breath just being obese and out of shape, but I was fine. Walked to the office, got my headphones, put my bag down, and came into the studio late as always.
Now, the history recently of what's happened with you, Fester, is that you were in the hospital for 5 days. About, what is it? Has it been a month already? When did this thing first strike you?
Yeah, it's maybe like January 5th or 6th. So it's been exactly a month. Yeah.
Exactly a month.
From the first symptoms.
Yeah, and Fester was gone from the studio for a week during treatment virtually, and then you were home for the last 3 weeks, right?
Yeah.
Because you came in for the week that you started to have your reoccurrence of the myasthenia gravis, which is an autoimmune disease and it attacks sort of the muscles, and you're weak.
He came in one day and almost killed him.
That's right. You came in one day, and that was it.
Yeah, post-hospital.
Yeah.
Like the day the Buccaneers played the Cowboys, Tom Brady's last game, that game, I came in that morning.
I thought it was going to be Fester's last morning show.
I mean, he could barely get out of the truck.
You're talking about me or Tom?
Well, Fester is back in the studio, and it appears that. Do you have enough energy? Or are you?
Yeah.
Look at him. He shot out of a
Listen,
cannon.
I feel fine.
And
fine.
his beard's coming in. I thought you weren't supposed to have a beard.
Look how patchy it is.
Oh, it's a little patchy.
It's not clean. It's not a clean beard. I'll tell
like
you
the weather.
Well,
Yeah.
Very excited that Fester is back in studio, and hopefully you can maintain the energy. Hopefully your face doesn't start to droop and you don't start slurring. But has that happened?
Nope.
All right, so that's
I haven't had any speech impediment in probably 6 days.
okay.
Even last week when we were talking.
When you were on the air from home, you sounded pretty good.
Yeah.
That's great. And then are you back to your daily myasthenia gravis maintenance medications to try to keep it suppressed?
Yeah, I had my big 5 a.m. bucket of pills. I have my maintenance medicine.
Are they the same pills?
No.
Or are they new? Are there new medications out?
So one pill is the same.
What about that commercial with the big fat guy that looks like Uncle Fester from the Addams Family? You know what's the name of that one?
Not Biktarvy.
No, I think it's for AIDS.
Vivart?
Vivart, yeah, something like that.
Yeah.
You should be the pitch man.
So,
for that.
Yeah.
well, I should
Now
be.
Fester ought to be the bitch man.
I talked to
Wow.
I'll do it. Me walking out of a chair all slow and mopey. No, I talked to my doctor about that medicine, and it's a new medicine. It's an injectable as opposed to pills, which have worked just as well.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know how much that medicine costs a year?
How much?
Well,
It's like $100 something $1,000 a year for a maintenance for like 6 injections.
Well, I know that one of the most common drugs is Humira. And Humira, which is pretty common, Humira, I believe without insurance, I think the retail price for Humira is like $5,500 or $6,000 a month. You know, with insurance, obviously, whatever your copay is, whatever the deal is with your health insurance. But the one that you're talking about is $100,000. Now, are you on that drug?
No, the doctor said, listen, he goes, it's a new medicine. We have stable oral medications too that does the same thing.
All
we
right.
don't need to go there yet.
That's the one the commercial has like the fat white guy sitting down and then he gets up. He kind of looks, he's bald.
Yes.
He looks like Uncle Fester from the
Yes.
Addams Family, right?
You have to be a millionaire to afford this.
Looks like he needs to get some sun is what he needs to do.
It's like the company gives patients like huge subsidies to cover the copay so they can stick it to the insurance companies for the rest.
Oh.
And so, and the doctor's like, look, it's there. It's an option. It's not an option yet.
So you don't need that yet.
Yeah.
And listen, if your energy is okay, if you're moving around, if you're talking okay, then hey, whatever the pills are, I'm sure it's a lot cheaper than that jammable or whatever they call this new one. Flacky.
I think it's Vafardi.
Vafardi.
Vafardi. It's an art. I think it's an art in it. I'm not sure if it's
I think you
Vafardi
might be right. All right, just getting rolling. It is a loaded Monday. Hey, it's Super Bowl week. As I said, it's Super Bowl week. This is Super Bowl week on the MJ Morning Show. Yeah, and I'm excited. Eagles and Kansas City Chiefs later this week on Sunday as Super Bowl Sunday week has arrived. All right, we're just getting started here. It's a pretty jammed up Monday morning. We're back in a second on the MJ Morning Show on Q105, 608 Traffic with Pat, and then we're back in minutes. MJ Morning Show. How much of the Grammys did I watch last night? Is that what you were asking me a few minutes ago there, Fester?
Yeah, I mean, it was a big night in music. A lot of things were happening.
Yeah, well, this is the MJ Morning Show. I am MJ with Fester back in studio, not the home microphone sound. We got Froggy, Roxanne, the whole team back together again in the studio. And the answer to how much of the Grammys I watched last night is 0. Watched absolutely nothing.
Oh, Sam Smith put on a heck of a performance.
Yeah, I watched nothing. 0. Didn't somebody yell something? Didn't Beyonce go up there to win some award? And
No, it was she didn't win the award, so her fans.
Oh, is that it?
I think so.
Yeah, did we pull the audio on that? Yeah, try to grab the audio of that, Andrew. And I guess what? That's reminiscent of what? Taylor Swift, remember? She won, and that's when Kanye West went up there, and Kanye grabbed the microphone and said, I'm going to let you finish, but Beyonce should have won, whatever.
Yeah.
And then, remember, we had the first radio interview after that incident. We had the first radio interview ever in the whole world after the Taylor Swift incident.
So many warnings.
That was the MTV Video Music Awards, if I'm not mistaken. And we had Taylor on before New York, before Los Angeles, before Boston. We were the #1 radio interview. And, we wanted to talk to Taylor, obviously, about that. And then she didn't want to talk about it. Remember that she hung up on us.
It was the only thing to talk to Taylor about. We didn't want to talk about her new tour, new album, whatever she was trying to promote.
She was like, I've already talked about this. She went on The View, I think. I think she gave one interview to The View. I'm like, I don't watch The View. I haven't, This is your first radio interview. Let's talk for a few minutes. And she didn't want to talk about it. And if you remember, that ended with her hanging up on us or the publicist disconnecting the call and the interview. What are you laughing at, Roxanne?
I mean, that's good. That's good radio, right?
You might want to be careful. The Taylorites will come after you.
We got the backlash of the Swifties.
Or Swifties.
Yeah, listen.
They're stronger today than they were then.
It was nothing.
I mean, better radio would have been if she would have actually answered the questions and said something meaningful.
Well,
it was pretty good.
Yeah,
I remember the interview, and they try to say, oh, we told you not to talk about this. I'm like, no one told me. First of all, I never do an interview with any preconditions. How many interviews?
I thought they gave you a bunch of warnings beforehand.
No.
Like, don't.
Nope.
No.
Nope.
Don't the publicists always do that?
No, the publicist said this on the show that we sent out an email about what you can talk about. I said, first of all, I do not subscribe to those kind of restrictions.
Yeah. Okay.
If somebody gives me, oh, you can only talk about this, this, and this, you can't talk about this, then screw you. I'm not doing the interview.
You're absolutely right.
Give it to Seacrest or something.
Yeah.
I think it's so fun when that happens. It's just like so awkward.
MJ was
quite
good at it.
Roxanne, you've interviewed hundreds of famous people.
I've had it happen to me before.
What's some of the? Can you think of any crazy? Hey, don't talk about this with this person.
Well, I think I can't remember if I was told not to talk about O.J. Simpson.
Oh yeah,
with Marcus Allen.
Don't talk about O.J. slicing two people's heads off.
Yeah.
And remember when you interviewed Morgan Freeman and you weren't allowed to talk about his skin tags?
Yeah, you weren't all those moles.
Yes.
Don't bring up my skin tags,
Morgan,
Roxanne.
can I pick off some of those skin tags?
Here, go ahead. Take this as a souvenir.
I want to use those in some cookies.
Here.
They look like chocolate chips.
I want you to
They
know.
forbid you from asking about those because they're too delicious.
No, seriously. Have you?
Yes.
You claim that you've interviewed everyone in Hollywood.
There's no
You've been
claim.
on every movie junket over the years.
I don't make stuff up. It's
So
not
have
claim.
you had a list of publicists' demands where they've said on this particular star, do not do this, do not do this, don't look him in the eye, you can't ask
Don't
him.
look him in the eye.
You can't.
No, the big one I told you that comes to mind that's actually in the news recently is like Tom Arnold when he was so wacky and he wouldn't look you in the eye, but they didn't give you a warning about that. You
Wait a
just had to
minute.
sit in there.
Tom Arnold would not look you. What? He looked straight ahead.
No, because he was just he was on something.
Yeah, he was high as a kite.
Yeah.
probably,
He
yeah.
was
Yeah.
jacked to the gills
And-
on coke.
I love Tom Arnold.
Tom Arnold's in the news over the weekend. There's a story that I saw involving Tom Arnold.
And Chris
that
Farley.
Allegedly, Tom. I didn't read. I've got the story in my pile. Did Tom Arnold like warn Chris Farley, hey, dude, fat people that do drugs don't live long? Or if you're heavy, if you're fat, here it is. Tom Arnold's warning to Chris Farley, you can't be super fat and do drugs. Well, I wasn't too far off.
I mean, he's right.
But you can be what? You can be regular size and just do drugs like an animal?
Super fat, your body's working overtime anyway. And then you put drugs and coke and speedballs on top of that, and you're just waiting for your heart to explode.
Yeah, but the New York Post has. Let me just reset this. Just stop. I got it.
All right.
So let me reset the video here. Let me see if this is Tom Arnold from. Looks like maybe he's like doing some kind of video podcast from.
It's 4 minutes long.
From a spare bedroom. All right, hold on. Let me just play this. See what happens here. Hang on a minute. I got to turn the.
Choice.
Let me
He's so nasally.
Here we go.
I love Tom Arnold.
Listen, yeah, Tom Arnold. I remember Michelle and I were having dinner.
Yeah.
I was having dinner with Michelle at Ruth's Chris Steakhouse back, had to be early 2000s, and Tom Arnold comes over to our table and just starts talking to us. And I think the manager back then was Robin, and I think he said, hey, anybody well-known in Tampa in the place? And he said, oh, yeah, there's a morning guy that does a big radio show in town. And Tom Arnold plops himself down at our table at Ruth's Chris for like half an hour. He's trying to pick up Michelle.
I'm about to say it's the only reason why he'd be sitting at that table.
Exactly. Here, listen.
You can't be super fat and do drugs. You got to make a choice. It's best you don't do either, but you cannot do both.
He has no septum
this
left.
is a...
Listen to his voice.
Yeah.
Chris Farley did an impression of me on Saturday Night Live, and I think Victoria Jackson was Rosanna. We loved it. Of course, we love people criticizing or making fun of us. And we were going out to host the show, and Laura Michaels called and said, there's a guy here, Chris Farley, he does the impression of you, that I think you have a lot in common with, and I'd love it if you spent time with him. And Lauren had known I'd gotten sober 3 years before, and so Chris and I just hit it off. We tell him how much we love him and this and that. I think his brother was there. And we want him to go to this rehab. It's all set up. You just get in the car. You go down here to Daniel Freeman. I'm sure I forget what the rehab was.
This is like a 5-minute interview.
Oh, so?
And he's like, I am going to do this, but I need to run back to New York for just to grab some stuff. And that means go back to New York to get some more heroin. Oh,
man. All right, so there we go. We got Tom Arnold dropping some information on Chris Farley. But hey, the headline is he apparently told Chris Farley that if you're super fat, you can't do drugs.
If you're super fat, you can't do drugs.
Pick your poison.
He does sound a little nasally.
Yeah, do I?
You sound like you might need some Mucinex or something.
His nose fell off.
Oh, my God. Farley's dead, and now Froggy does the best Tom Arnold impression.
Oh, thank you so much. I appreciate it.
Yeah, he's still talking.
He goes, will I be effed up? He goes, yeah, you'll be effed up. Let's roll.
Yeah.
And it got him in there, because we tend to build up a...
Tell you what, when Tom plopped down on our table at Ruth's Chris on West Shore.
Was he this nasally?
I can't remember, but he was really nice. I mean, he's
a nice guy.
He's had a good conversation. He's a likable guy. And if Chris Farley would have heeded his advice, he might still be alive, or else, he might have had a heart attack by now or a stroke or something because of the weight issue.
What, are we going to have a skinny Chris Farley running around? How awkward would that be?
No, just put the heroin down. I mean, eat everything.
But back to the original question from Fester.
Yes.
Did I watch any of the Grammys last night? I did not watch any of the Grammys last night.
Did you know that guy or the girl in the Sam Smith song was a...
transvestite?
Yeah.
I had no idea. Oh, what is it? What are you going to ask
me? In the video or in the stage?
The girl, I don't know her name.
Hold on, what's the real question?
She's in a hit song, and she's the first trans
I didn't know that. I just
ever win a Grammy.
I just made that up. Really?
Yes.
Oh, I could have said
she's hot.
I almost said quadruple amputee.
No. Yeah, the first
I'm
trans woman to ever, or trans.
Wow.
To ever win a Grammy last night.
Wow.
Good for them.
Yeah, it was really good.
Oh, look at that.
I never knew that.
Well, I guess the question can be thrown right back on you, Fester. How much of the Grammys did you watch last night?
I was actually relying on you to watch the Grammys. I'm prepping last night, looking at things in the news, and I'm like, boy, I hope MJ's up to speed on all these Grammy stories, because I don't know anything about
Fester, no Grammys. All right, Roxanne, how much of the Grammys did you watch last night?
I'm not a big award show person.
So, again, how much did you watch? How much of the Grammys did you watch?
Zero.
All right, there we go. And Froggy, how much of the Grammys did you watch last night?
All of it.
Every second.
Cover to cover.
Hey, so
Even the pre-show.
You watch on the red carpet on E or whatever the hell they
with
do.
Ryan
With
Seacrest.
Ryan Seacrest.
I did see a new category this year for video game music, and I thought of you, Froggy.
Yes.
Yeah, video game scores.
Are you serious?
Yeah, it's not like Mario Brothers. No, now it's like orchestras. No, it's not like that kind of music. It's like
Wow, that's cool.
Like the 8-bit hit.
8-bit hit.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Now these video games are like orchestras are producing this background theme, this music. So they gave a Grammy for that. I don't know which one won, but I saw it was a category.
Very cool.
I think it was Mortal Kombat 96.
Get over here.
All right.
I think that's what won. Now, there are a couple of Grammy stories. We got a few bites of audio we'll get to later on. But listen, a lot of the music these days just kind of sucks. Like if you look at top 40, like, we were on FLZ, top 40 music is in just a real bad funk. It's just.
What are you talking about?
The music.
Like people aren't listening to it?
No, it's just top 40.
Isn't as good?
Like, for instance, FLZ and Hot, Wild has a little bit of a different genre, but it's just the music that's out there now. It's just not in a good cycle.
There's some decent stuff.
Yeah, if you talk to folks in the radio biz in that format, now CHR or contemporary hit radio is just in a cyclical funk right now where there's just kind of junky crap out there. All right, 6:30. And listen, the way I look at it, the music that we play, these songs were on the Grammys back in 1984. So, I was a senior in high school. All right, just getting rolling here, man. I got a giant pile. Oh, man, I got some kick butt morons in the news this morning. It is a superb Morons in the News segment next on the MJ Morning Show here on Q105 with Kemp Rouge. look at this gigantic pile of the morons in the news. Welcome, folks. MJ Morning Show here on a Monday morning. Hopefully, weekend was fairly decent for you. Fester is back in studio. Extremely excited about that. Are you ready for the morons in the news in person instead of you sitting at home? Now, were you lying down when you did the show? Were you in a chair? What was your situation? Because you couldn't get up out of the couch. Were you?
I was in like a recliner. So I was sitting in a recliner, kind of like in the half inclined position.
Yeah.
And I had my Surface Pro resting on like that crease between my boobs and gut. So it was like 10 inches from my mouth.
Yeah, well, we know because we heard every gurgle in your stomach.
Yeah, well.
And instead of using an actual microphone, like a podcast setup, you were just talking into the little pinhole microphone on the Microsoft Surface tablet, which we got from Don the IT guy. So Don the IT guy and Team Logic IT, they were instrumental in your Surface sitting on your gut while you did the show from home for a couple of weeks. Early morons in the news, no particular order here, just a lot of good stuff. You know, I've got a bunch of Villages stories today.
Ooh.
Yeah, you know,
Nice.
sometimes, you know, I'll go for like a week or two with no story out of the Villages.
Been a while.
And one of our favorite publications, the Villages News. But if you think that this headline is not going to get on Morons in the News on the MJ Morning Show, you'd be sadly mistaken. Take a look at this headline I saw over the weekend from Villages News. Handyman who works in the Villages arrested in brawl over Fruity Pebbles.
That's a good cereal. Fester, you have that in the house.
So Fruity Pebbles is coming back as one of my family favorites.
They're so fruity.
Dude,
Well, why'd it go away?
All right. Well, I told you I discovered the recipe. Miss Tammy, she told me about creating Rice Krispie treats, except you take out the Rice Krispies and you replace it with Fruity Pebbles.
Oh, yeah, you told us that.
Total game changer.
You add even more sugar to the sugar.
I don't know if that's necessarily 100% true, but
What are you talking about?
it's a puffed rice cereal.
Yeah, but Fruity Pebbles are loaded with sugar versus a regular Rice Krispie.
Look, the marshmallows make it all a level playing field. But if next time you want to make Rice Krispie treats, people, use Fruity Pebbles in place. And this week,
What about Cocoa Pebbles?
you can do that as well. They're both fantastic.
Ooh.
What about actual pebbles from a gravel parking lot?
Oh, I want dirt pebbles.
So, but this week, like for example, Publix has Fruity Pebbles on sale, buy one get one free this week.
Oh,
Oh,
okay.
Right?
is that true?
Yeah.
Why do you know?
I bought one. I bought them on Saturday. I went to the store on
Publix,
Saturday.
so it's a BOGO?
It's a BOGO. I bought
Fruity Pebbles is a BOGO at Publix this week?
and I bought like one chocolate and three Fruity Pebbles because over the course of the next month I'll make
Right.
Rice Krispie treats without Fruity Pebble treats like 4 times.
Let me give you this story. This is pretty funny. A handyman who works in the Villages was arrested in a brawl over Fruity Pebbles. Dude's name is Joshua Lee Poole, 44 years old. I think that's a little old to be eating Fruity Pebbles.
You are so wrong.
Yeah, right.
You are
You're never
so
too
wrong.
old.
Yeah.
That's Fester's age, I think, and he eats Fruity Pebbles. How old are you? I don't even know how old you are.
47, 40. How old are we? Yeah, but I'm we.
Oh, why did you have to add 10?
No,
Just my number plus 10, right?
That's right. Sorry, Rox.
No, it's your number plus 20.
No.
Yeah. So this guy, Joshua Lee Poole, was arrested on 2 counts of battery. Battery. It sounds like I'm from flipping Wisconsin over here. From 2 counts of battery following the altercation in the San Pedro Villas. According to the Sumter County Sheriff's Office, the handyman, who stands 5 feet 11 inches tall, weighs 200 pounds, was eating the breakfast cereal, which belonged to the other 2 residents of the home. What were they, 9 and 10? Poole began to choke the other man before putting him into a headlock. A woman tried to break it up, but Poole pushed her away with his free hand. Poole dragged the man through the rest of the house, threw him into a wall, pinned him to the ground.
My gosh, this guy's a beast.
While he was pinned, Poole struck the man with his right elbow in the right eye. Poole was arrested on felony charges of battery by strangulation and misdemeanor charges of battery, booked into the Sumter County Jail. And this is over Fruity Pebbles. Adults and an argument over Fruity freaking Pebbles.
Maybe when he gets through his legal trouble, they can hire him as an endorser for his passion and strength.
What a weenie that guy is. He got his ass beat.
The one cereal that doesn't need an endorser is Fruity Pebbles. They have Fred.
The Villages. How much Fruity Pebbles are sold in the Villages?
Tons.
With
Tons.
the average age at what, 80?
Old people love sugar cereals. Oh, they love them.
Here's another one. Another Villages story. Ex-employee at World of Beer sentenced after keying the car of her former boss.
Wow.
World of Beer, former employee, did just what the headline said. Shay Mackenzie Kine, 22, of Wildwood, Florida, has been ordered to perform 100 hours of community service and has been placed on probation for 2 years after pleading no contest. On December 6th, she was at World of Beer at Brownwood Paddock, picking up her final check, which was handed to her by the manager. Kine walked into the parking lot and keyed the word bitch.
A lot of keying going on.
I know. And
do it.
you get busted for it. You can't.
Onto the lower front of the driver's side door of the manager's burgundy Chevrolet Monte Carlo, man. Monte Carlos, they haven't been around for a while, so that must have been like an older Monte Carlo.
It's not like the classic Monte Carlo. Monte Carlo's made like a resurgence in the 90s and the early 2000s.
Yeah,
I think.
exactly. Damage was estimated at $1,200.
That's worth more than the car.
A witness shot a photo of the suspicious activity, shared it with the cops. She was arrested at her home. Yeah, she was already on probation through 2024 on a charge of burglary. Oh, what a fine young woman this Shay Mackenzie Kine is. But to scroll the word bitch into the door of the manager.
Do you know how hard it is to key penmanship into the side of a car?
Oh, yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
it's one thing to give like a line or a rip. Anybody can
yeah.
do that. But to actually write legibly.
I'm thinking of Fast Times at Ridgemont High. Remember what was his name?
Damone?
Damone.
Damone,
Was it
man.
Damone? And he got Jason Lee. What was her name?
Jennifer Jason Lee.
Thank you. Jennifer Jason Lee got her pregnant, and then he wouldn't pay for any kind of a follow up. And
You know why? Because he's a little prick.
yeah, exactly. Didn't she spray paint?
Little prick, yeah.
Spray painted a little prick on
He
the
put a piece of cardboard over
Then
it.
he drives to school. He drives
With duct tape and cardboard.
He drives to Fast Times at Ridgemont High with the cardboard over the little prick that was spray painted on the side of
And
his
then it was
car.
on his locker.
That's right.
El Damone.
I told you the Villages was just ripe with good stuff. I got Fruity Pebbles. I got a car keyed with bitch on the side.
And a Damone reference. It's great iced tea.
What else could you ask for in Morons of the News here? All right, we'll move outside of the Villages and move somewhere else. Oh, how about this? How about a bank robber convicted on a beer bottle fingerprint?
Ooh.
Yeah, out of New Jersey, a fingerprint on a Corona Light beer bottle helped convict a dude for a South Jersey robbery. Courtney Bell was convicted by a jury last Tuesday, according to the Burlington, New Jersey County prosecutor. The investigation began the morning of July 23rd, 2019, after officers from the local police department and troopers from the New Jersey State Police were called to the TD Bank for the report of a robbery. Upon arrival, employees and customers indicated a man came into the bank wearing a hoodie, bandana, sunglasses, dirty sweat socks on his hands. He approached the teller with his hand in his pocket, pointing toward her, saying he had a gun. He threatened to start shooting the tellers unless they provided him with money. Yeah. The investigation revealed that the bandit was given a few bundles of cash, which he dropped on the floor while attempting to exit the bank. As he was picking up the fallen currency, a Corona Light beer bottle fell out of his pocket. He fled the bank with $600. Investigators then took the bottle to the New Jersey State Police crime lab, where the forensic team over there were able to obtain DNA samples and fingerprints from the bottle that ultimately matched Bell. And he was already charged with a bank robbery in December 2020. I guess they had his information on file, and then they served him a warrant, and he's now awaiting.
He's been convicted.
He was convicted. Well, he was convicted on the beer bottle fingerprint in Pemberton.
Wow.
That is that not crazy or what?
Yeah, throw those old Ronas out, man.
Man, that's nuts.
You can't put a beer bottle in your pocket, can you?
I mean, you could.
That's
We're
deep
wearing like
pockets.
a jacket. We put a
No,
little,
if you've got the hoodie, the
Oh,
hoodies.
the hoodie in the front,
The
yeah.
hoodies have that little like
kangaroo
that
pocket.
exactly, that tunnel pocket where you can put both hands in and hold your own hands inside your hoodie pocket up
Keep
front.
yourself warm.
yeah, still, you're not sneaking up on anybody. You're clanking around. Clank, 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 clank.
No, unless if you just have
Unless you have
a
your car keys in there with
yeah,
them.
if you just have a beer bottle in there and nothing else, nothing's clanking. If you have other stuff in there, then it's going to clank. If you have car keys, if you've got coins in there, if you have
some loose change.
if you have some another beer bottle, then it's going to clank. But if you've got just a solo beer bottle, no. But the guy drops the damn thing and there's fingerprints and DNA on it. What a bonehead. That's why we call it Morons in the News. All right, when we get back, what is the most productive day of the week? Oh, there's new science out. Think about this. What is the most productive day of the week? Also, you know me, I'm a sucker for a good airport situation, right? We got an airport situation. Again, textbook case of what not to do at the airport. What have I always said about the airports? It never makes any sense for you to start screaming, yelling. You're going to lose. If you cause a scene at the airport, you are going to lose.
Yeah, I tried it, and I had to sleep at the airport.
Yeah. Oh, that's right. You got into a fight with the Southwest guy.
Oh, he was a punk.
All right, hang on. We're back in a minute. We'll explain everything in minutes on the MJ Morning Show here on Q105. Our buddies at... And a very important question about productivity coming up in a second. Yeah, Roxanne just handed me this item out of the New York Post from over the weekend. And yeah, I deliberately passed on this. And you remember we talked about this?
Yeah.
This is like a phony story. And I don't know why. Maybe a slow news weekend in the New York Post. But guess what story about the villages is coming back around? I saw this again. I saw it like on Saturday or Sunday. I'm like, oh, geez. Morning shows all over the country are going to be talking about this thing again. We've been all over this thing. It's a phony urban legend story that it's like part of lore.
Is it that the villages is like the highest STD rate per capita?
That's one of the stories, and I don't know. Apparently, STD rates or STIs. What do they call? Do they call them STDs or STIs these days?
I think you're conflating STDs and UTIs.
No,
I think they're STDs.
No, I'm not.
I think the villages are leaders in both.
No. STD is sexually transmitted disease, and STI is sexually transmitted infection, and they're both interchangeable. STIs. It seems that I hear STI more often than STD these days.
I get STIs in my eye all the time.
No.
Sty.
Oh, I hate those.
Dude.
I think it's because my dog rubs her butt on my pillow.
If you get a sexually transmitted infection in your eyeball, you're doing something wrong.
Oh,
all right.
Oops.
All right. So, yeah, a couple of stories. The villages to the north of us, apparently there was at some point, that's true, an increase, but I don't know if the stories are accurate that it's like the number one area for STDs or whatever in the country. But the other story is the different colored loofahs.
Oh, yeah.
Remember this thing?
Like on golf carts or
golf
something?
carts or car antennas or tied to your car. And this is a phony story. It's just not.
Why? Why do you say that?
Because we've talked.
They use the upside down pineapple.
Listen, we've talked about this story. This happened. This has come up even years ago. I want to say toward the end of the first run of the MJ Morning Show years ago, this came up that this is not a real story. It's become an urban legend. It's told over and over again, and it just gets repeated. And the New York Post, I think they've written about this story like 10 times in the last 10 years.
They have one reporter dedicated to loofah news in Florida.
No, it's like they forget the stories they do, and we need a good, kind of racy sex story for the
with old people
for the lifestyle section. Oh yeah, big story. All these senior swingers, and depending on what color loofah you have tied onto your golf cart, or what color loofah, purple, red, blue means this, yellow means. It's a phony story. It is not real. People tie the.
Jeez.
Listen to me.
Really upset.
I mean,
guys,
you're really passionate about your loofah colors.
Because the real story on the loofahs is for people to identify their golf cart among people parking 200 golf carts.
Oh, is it?
That's the story.
As
that
they say.
People will tie a certain piece. It's like your grandma. Remember grandma and grandpa used to tie like a ribbon onto the handle on their luggage so they could find it at the airport? I mean, I haven't done. My grandparents did that. Oh yeah, look for the yellow ribbon on the handle of my American Tourister.
We used to. My grandmother had dementia, so we used to have to put a ribbon on like our trees so she would find her house.
Oh, will you stop it? That's not true.
Yes, it is true.
No,
actually,
are you serious?
After she mowed over somebody's mailbox. Yeah.
Hold on, your grandmother had dementia, and you still allowed her on the road?
This was when we didn't really know what was going on with old Nanny.
So Nanny was still driving. Nanny?
We're Italians.
Nanny was still driving and mowed over a neighbor's mailbox?
Yes, that's when we realized it might be time to put up the old driving gloves. She wore driving gloves, by the way.
No, she didn't. She did not. Are you making this whole thing up?
The entire
She's
thing.
a lovely woman. Lovely woman.
So there's no Nanny that ran over a mailbox?
She did run over a mailbox.
Oh, okay.
And they did have ribbons on their trees, but she didn't wear gloves.
But she did not wear.
My grandfather had a Knights of Columbus flag hanging from the antenna off his Buick. That's my car right there with the Knights of Columbus.
Yes.
Just a heads up, folks, as morning shows all over the United States this morning are going to be talking about the different colored loofahs for the sexual hookups at the Villages community in Florida. It's a phony story. We've been over this before a bunch of times. Now, on to productivity. if you were to guess, what day of the week is the most productive?
I'm going to guess Saturday.
The one that ends in Y.
That's a morning show bit right there.
Yeah, thank you, Hal.
No problem. I'll go back under the desk.
Why would you say Saturday is the most productive week?
Okay, because Saturday I get
That's wrong.
It's wrong.
Yeah.
But I get enough sleep the night before,
So-
and then I get a lot of stuff done around the house. And Monday through Friday, I'm just tired every day.
All right, so
Fester?
I think we have different definitions of productivity. Are you referring to like at work
Dude,
or in life?
I'm just asking, what's the most productive day of the week?
Wednesday, Thursday, one of those two.
Oh, no. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. One of those four.
Well, I don't think it's Monday because I don't feel like doing crap on a Monday.
Are you guys getting annoyed by the $20,000 pyramid little
I like it.
little winner circle annoying sound effect here?
Feels like my head's going to explode at
No
the
one,
end.
no one.
I have a
no
guess.
one's guessed.
What is it?
It's today. It's Monday.
I was going
I feel so productive.
I was
No, I
going to
don't.
guess that.
Yeah, Mondays, according to a business survey, regardless of where people work, results show that Monday is the most productive day of the week.
Would you say so productive that it's almost manic?
This was conducted by one poll. Oh, jeez.
Almost manic?
He doesn't have it ready, Froggy.
Would you say that it's so productive that it's almost manic?
Okay. Hey, all right. Good job, Andrew.
Yeah, but this is Meth Lab Monday.
6 o'clock already, I was just in the middle of a dream. I thought I heard MJ talk about crystal methamphetamine.
It's a very productive Meth Lab Monday.
It's just another meth lab Monday.
Oh, yeah.
The crooks are on the run day. The cops are gonna come day. It's gonna be a fun day. It's just another meth lab Monday.
Is that what you were looking for there, Froggy?
Actually, I was looking for the original, the manic, and not methy.
But if you did meth on Monday, you might be very productive.
You'd be like, run it all around. So this survey was done by one poll, and this was done for Canon USA, obviously for publicity purposes. And this is, I guess, they're launching some kind of an office solution for hybrid work. And I guess Canon USA is part of this this product line or whatever the hell it is. So Monday apparently is the most productive day of the week.
Interesting.
And that includes even hybrid environments where I guess a hybrid environment is what you're doing some work in the office and some work at home, right?
Yeah.
Mhm.
So there you do. There you go.
You want another fun fact about Monday?
I don't want you to say fun fact ever again. How about that?
But you know what? This is more fun than what
Yeah.
we just talked about because it's more fun than
Yeah.
productivity. Colors. Do you know people are more likely
Now,
to wear...
seriously, when someone says fun fact, it does trigger me.
Well, you said it the other day.
I said it accidentally, and I immediately immediately jumped down my own throat.
You triggered yourself.
I triggered myself.
People are more likely to wear black on Monday.
As
Subconsciously.
Roxanne's decked out in all black today.
Are you?
Yeah.
Like
and I
everything.
didn't really think about it. I just got dressed.
Hold on, where are you getting that fact?
I read it a long time ago and it always stuck with me.
Festa, look that up. Do a Google on that.
Why? Because they're sad and
People
Yes,
more likely
totally.
to wear black on Monday. I don't,
They don't even realize it, but they're mourning that the weekend is over.
or that they're trying to look slim after they gorged all weekend long
That
on
could
some
be.
kind of all-you-can-eat, buffet
or that.
somewhere.
All right, from 2014.
Oh, hang on a minute.
Women most likely to wear black on Mondays.
Oh, look at this.
Wow.
Oh, from the definitive source, femalefirst.com.
It's a UK site.
It is.
Yep. All right.
Hold on, scroll down. We all know that Monday morning can be a somber occasion, especially when you've had a particularly great weekend, but is that really a reason to go into mourning? All right, scroll up. Go.
There we go.
All right. No, you just missed the whole line.
That's
Stop. New research reveals that women favor black. All right. The study found that women generally wear darker colors earlier on in the week to match their moods.
Ooh.
After a weekend of fun and chill time, women were 3 times more likely to wear black on Monday than on any other day. All right, Roxanne. Well, I mean, I don't know what the scientific background is on this particular story, but you might have seen this story. What's the date on this thing?
2014.
All right, so that's 9 years ago. 9 years ago.
I'm stuck with you.
Yeah.
Look at that.
See, I don't bring you erroneous facts. No.
Well, sometimes you do, but in this particular case, you brought us some non-scientific drivel. Apparently,
you're not batting 1,000 on, but this is a good one, Rox.
I love it. Oh, but you know what? You just chewed up my. Where are you going? Hold on, you're running out like you're peeing in your pants or something. Where did she just run?
She sprinted out of the studio.
She just ran out of the studio.
She's dressed like Rizzo from Grease.
Why do I feel like this show is like third or fourth priority in her life?
I would go with like 6 or 7.
You might be right. Literally, Roxanne just ran out of the studio.
I think she had an emergency.
I don't know. It's very distracting. It just happens a lot. All right. Anyway, with the whole, women wear black on Mondays more often, that kind of chewed up my time for the airport story. So I'll tell you what, I promise this. When we get back, this is the first thing up. Also, we start the ridiculously long hour and 20 minutes nonstop MJ Morning Show next. Every morning, 1 hour and 20 minutes nonstop content, 0 interruptions, and that starts next. And I'm just going to give you a warning. Another airport warning. If you pull this crap, you're going to lose. If you cause any scene at the airport or on an airplane, you're going to lose. This is a very important axiom, all right? And I've got the latest airport disturbance story. Oh, and guess what airline it is? Hold on. It's next on the MJ Morning Show here on Q105. Stand by. Steve. 25 and happy Monday, everybody. And this begins the long, uninterrupted chunk of the MJ Morning Show. So I said, first up, the airplane story. I fibbed. It'll be second up because first up is going to be Roxanne running out of the studio. And I know you probably don't want to share this, but during the last segment, I mean, a few minutes ago, we were talking about what we were talking about the black.
We're talking about women wearing black on Mondays.
Yeah,
and
women wear black apparently the most on Mondays.
Roxanne brought this amazingly awkward research to the table, and we talked about it. And ironically, she's wearing all black today.
And ironically, the research was correct.
It was.
Then you run out of the studio. I'm like, what's going on? I mean,
you don't have to advertise. You can just talk amongst the three of you guys.
But it was.
In other words, just go with it.
But it was such a disruption that, I mean, you're like panicking and running out of the studio. I can't just sit here and pretend it didn't happen.
Okay.
Well, you also chose a moment that you were actually talking to get up and walk.
You were mid-sentence.
She was like, yeah, so I...
Roxanne runs out of the studio and she comes back during the commercial break. And I said, where the hell did you just go? And Roxanne said, I just threw up in a trash can down the hall.
Why? Are you okay?
This is actual audio. Here we go. Well, ladies and gentlemen, you're going to be first to hear it here. Roxanne is pregnant again.
No, I'm not.
I mean, you're what? 28?
Congratulations.
You could have another one. You're
Congratulations. It's morning sickness.
Job.
No.
Job done.
It's when you drink tea fast.
Holy God.
What?
Wow.
What now?
You drink green tea fast. I just guzzled my green tea, and it's can upset your stomach.
Sure you don't have acid reflux?
So it was a down and up?
It's not reflex.
Reflux?
Yeah.
All right.
I'm fine.
The Duran Duran song is the reflex. No, it's reflux.
Okay, how about you reflux
You know what?
off?
You know what? What if we redo Duran Duran's reflex? The reflux.
Yeah, great.
That's, just like you got the Ozempic jingle to that magic song. The Ozempic. Ozempic. They like using these old songs, right? So for like Prilosec, for acid reflux, they can use the reflux, flux. I got to be careful.
Hey, it's Hal.
I got to be very, very careful there.
Hal Herman back. I have an idea for a parody song.
Yeah, go ahead, Hal.
How about nod, spy balloons blowing up in the sky? What do you think about that? Yeah, you're laughing.
Well, tell you what. Hey, Hal.
Yeah.
Hal.
Yeah.
Froggy.
Yeah.
Froggy.
What?
All right, put that on the back shelf for a second.
Okay.
We'll get to the spy balloon in just.
But isn't that a really good time to nod, spy balloons?
All right, we'll get to the.
Only 99 of them?
We'll get to the spy balloon in just a second. So, Roxanne, are you okay?
Yeah, I'm fine. I just told you.
Whose trash can did you throw up in?
One in the hall. I disposed of it. It's fine.
Okay,
no, everything is fine.
What do you mean you disposed of it? Would you call a hazmat team?
No, it wasn't like a I don't want to get into that.
A lot.
But yeah,
How much green tea was it? How many ounces?
It was actually, if I just took my green tea and poured
Hold
it
on, is it the container right there?
Yeah.
Grab that. Hold that up to the camera. Hold that up to your camera.
It was just like a couple of sips of it.
That is like 20 ounces of green tea in there, and you threw up that whole thing?
It's a reversal.
No, but anyways, if I had just poured the green tea into the trash can, it would have been the same thing. It was literally, there was nothing from my stomach. It was just green tea. That's
But
it.
you still hurled up your green tea.
All right.
So why do you...
Okay, this is breakfast time for some people.
Why are you drinking green tea if you're returning it to sender?
Yeah.
It's a very occasional occurrence.
I got another idea for a parody song.
Oh, good. What is it?
Is it return to sender?
Yeah, yes.
Okay. No, we don't need it.
Reversal to sender.
All right. Good morning to everybody eating breakfast right now.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, if you're eating your Captain Crunch.
MJ's one being so descriptive about it.
Yeah, and
I'm not being descriptive. Roxanne ran out of the studio and hurled her green tea into a trash can down the hall.
Yeah, and you know what? You know what? It's just, that's a good lesson to people. Don't drink green tea on an empty stomach.
Ugh.
Again, put that in the public service file.
Now, the second story, which I promised would be the first, but I had to deal with the breaking Roxanne news. You're going to lose. If you cause a disturbance at an airport, at the ticket counter, at the gate, on the airplane, you are going to come out on the wrong side. You will lose. Even if you're right, if you decide to get angry, belligerent, you're going to lose. It might range from, hey, they don't let you board the flight because, sir, we're not going to let you board the flight in this condition, or ma'am, you're irate, we can't let you fly. Or it could be even you getting cuffed and stuffed and taken away by airport police. There's a whole range of things that can happen at the airport. If you're angry, and I love the airline involved here because it's exactly what you'd expect. An individual angry over Spirit airline fees prompted a bomb threat over at the Orlando airport. Police say a passenger was upset over the carry-on baggage fees. Isn't Spirit, if you don't pre-book, doesn't Spirit whack you at the gate like with $100 like carry-on baggage charge or something?
I don't know if it's that much, but like,
No, I think it is that much.
all right.
I think it is. Spirit, I believe if you bring a carry-on bag and it's like for the overhead and not for the seat in front of you, I believe if you don't pre-book that they will whack you over the head with that piece of luggage with a crazy fee. Police say an Orlando man upset about fees for a Spirit Airlines flight at Orlando International Airport claimed there was a bomb on the plane, prompting a search of the entire aircraft and the guy getting arrested.
No.
According to the arrest affidavit, Danny Curry, 48, and his wife were at the gate for a Spirit Airlines flight from Orlando to Pensacola. Little weekend getaway to the Redneck Riviera with his wifey, Rhonda. And his they were at the gate. Airline employee told the police that Curry was upset over the carry-on baggage fees. The employee told police that Curry said, "I bet you everyone on that aircraft is going to deplane. There is a bomb on that aircraft." They called 911 immediately. Listen, don't even joke. You don't even want to say, in response to your friend saying, "Hey, man, have you tried that new taco place down the road?" You don't want to even say, "Oh, man, that place is the bomb." You don't even want to say that on the airplane. Listen, if you're at the security checkpoint, you're going through TSA security checkpoint, and let's say your lips are chapped, you don't even want to say to your wife, "Hey, honey, where's the lip balm?" You don't even want to say that.
No.
Okay?
If you're going through security and you already had some drinks, you don't want to even say, "I'm bombed right now."
Exactly. Yeah. So you want to leave anything bomb. Like, remember those red, white, and blue pops? Wasn't it a bomb pop? Remember the ice cream guy coming around? It was like rocket pop or the bomb pop.
I think don't even take a bomb pop to an airport.
Yeah, do not.
We can take it down.
Yeah. Listen, don't even talk about going to Bombay. Yeah. Don't even talk about going to Bombay, India. Is that still a call it?
I think it's
Is that Calcutta now or
it's not Bombay anymore.
Yeah, they
think
changed
it's
the name.
Constantinople.
Yeah.
It's like
It's
Peking is now Beijing.
Listen,
But you still get Peking duck at the Chinese restaurant.
and you still go to the Bombay
Yeah.
Trade Company. However,
Bombay is now Mumbai. So Bombay is now Mumbai. So good. So that takes one bomb problem out of the equation at the airport. But this jackwagon, this guy, what is he thinking? They want to charge him with excessive Spirit Airlines carry-on bag fees, and he's saying, "I bet you there's a bomb on that plane. Everyone's gonna So of course the gate agent's gonna call 911. Yeah. According to the affidavit, Curry's wife told the employee the statement was not true, yet Curry then said, "You want me to say it again?" I mean, this guy's just asking for it. You do not say anything about a bomb you will instantly be arrested. Police said Curry admitted to being upset, claimed that he actually said, "What if there was a bomb on that plane?" You don't even the if doesn't qualify it. Police said that Curry was remorseful and said he didn't realize what his comments would lead to. Oh, really?
yeah, he didn't realize it. All right.
Faces a charge of false report concerning a bomb, explosive, or weapon of mass destruction. He was arrested, then trespassed from the airport. Needless to say, he didn't have to worry about his carry-on baggage fee because he wasn't carrying jack crap on that airplane. Don't do it. Did you find the $100 fee?
It's close. I'm trying to pull up different fees, and they're almost $100, $84, $67,
Yeah. So,
$99 for a third checked bag.
Yeah, during during check-in, yeah. So to carry on a bag, let's see, it can go as high as, looks like it can go as high as $72 to carry a bag on. So if you don't pre-book your carry-on bag, it can go as high as 70. Fester's looking at a chart.
Yeah, so that story was out of Orlando, right?
Yeah, this was an Orlando story. Yes.
Did you see something out of Philadelphia as well?
What happened in Philly?
It looks like it was published yesterday over Spirit's
Oh,
baggage
no,
fees.
really? Exclusive is...
Bra exposed and wigs flying.
All right, hang on.
Yes, you read that correctly.
I'm trying to process this headline. Bra exposed, wigs flying, mother and daughter are seen trading blows with Spirit Airlines agents in video of wild airport brawl after they were hit with extra fees at the gate for their oversized carry-on baggage. Shocking video shows a mother 39 and daughter 17 trading blows with Spirit Airline agents after they were hit with baggage fees at Philadelphia Airport. The brawl took place at the airport's E-terminal Monday night. Last week, as the flight was preparing to board for Fort Lauderdale, police said a 24-year-old woman was left nursing a cut to her eye, but nobody was seriously hurt. No arrests have been made yet.
So this video is...
Oh, my God, this video. They're like strangling each other at the gate. The woman's shirt is off.
Yeah.
The woman's shirt was completely ripped off, and she's just in a bra at the gate at the Philadelphia airport.
Hence the headline, bra exposed.
Oh, my
Yeah.
God. But no, it's not just exposed. Her whole shirt is ripped off.
I was picturing it was like you could see her shoulder, her
I
bra
don't know.
strap.
No.
Yeah, and she's just got her bra on. That's it.
I don't know if I can play this video because I have a feeling the language is not terribly appropriate. I don't know why I feel that way, but I just...
Yeah, I'm guessing if I bring up the audio, I'm going to have to hit the dump button.
Yeah.
Is what I'm thinking.
That guy's laughing.
But we're
so
going to
hard.
post it on mjmorningshow.com, and I'll post it on all the socials for everybody to see because this is an awesome video.
That's crazy. All right,
Look at this bald guy cracking up.
Hey, we're talking about one Spirit Airlines situation, and then Fester finds a bonus story as well. Andrew, grab that video, put it up on mjmorningshow.com. We'll have it up in just a bit on stories mentioned or video. We'll put up on videos. Videos mentioned on the MJ Morning Show. We'll get that up here momentarily at mjmorningshow.com. Hey, a couple of celebrity things, couple of Hollywood and celebrity things here. Did anyone see Madonna last night at the Grammys? I didn't watch any of the Grammys last night, but the word is that Madonna was unrecognizable.
She
Well,
looks weird.
We've been seeing that lately of her.
We've seen a couple of photos, but you didn't know whether the photos were touched up. There have been some photos because we've talked about Madonna and whatever plastic surgery she's had done, her face is pulled so tight it doesn't even look like Madonna. She's like 64 years old, and it just doesn't look like Madonna. Tell you what I want to do here. I want to grab a couple of calls. Did you watch the Grammys last night, and could you tell that Madonna was Madonna, or did you think it was someone completely different? Or if they said, and now Madonna, did you say, no, it's not Madonna?
That's not her.
Let's go to phones. If anyone saw the Grammys last night and you saw Madonna, and there's a lot of chatter that Madonna was unrecognizable during her speech.
Oof.
Now, what the hell did she win?
Did she win something?
While presenting ahead of Sam Smith's performance during the 2023 Grammy Awards on Sunday night, Madonna spoke about being shocking and had a word for all of the troublemakers out there. During her speech, she said, "I'm here to give thanks to all the rebels out there forging a new path and taking the heat for all of it. You guys need to know, all you troublemakers out there, you need to know that your fearless does not go unnoticed." And then she said, "You are seen, you are heard, and most of all, you are appreciated."
Thanks,
but
Madonna.
apparently, Madonna was unrecognizable. Oh, my God. Is that a still shot from last night?
So I just pulled up a picture, and it looks like she's having a bad
It looks like Drew Barrymore. I'm telling you, Madonna has changed her face so much, it looks like Drew Barrymore.
She's having an allergic reaction
Oh my
in her
God,
face.
it's Drew.
It's Drew Barrymore. All right, look at the phones. Phones are ringing on this. Give us a report on Madonna. Was Madonna unrecognizable during the Grammys last night? 800-990-1047. 800-990-1047 if you saw Madonna.
All right, hold on now.
Yes.
None of us saw the Grammys. We admitted that.
I watched it.
Except for Froggy, who saw the whole thing.
She introduced Sam Smith in the trans, the
Dude,
first trans.
I just said that she was introducing.
But that's the performance I told you
All right,
about.
would you open this up to any other observations from the Grammys, seeing as how 3 of the 4 of us didn't watch any of it, and the one who did was probably high?
Did you see Madonna?
That's accusatory. Yes.
I
was fading in and out of sleep, so I kept on thinking I was watching like Alien when I was like, "What is that?"
Andrew's going through all the
But
calls
I did
right
see.
now.
I saw her introduce.
She's
Sam
got,
Smith.
this is what it is. She's got a ton of filler and then a facelift. I mean, I don't know that for sure, but like her skin's so tight, but then there's all this.
Are you speaking from
puffiness.
experience?
Yeah, I'm
got
speaking
a
from
lot.
experience.
Not yet.
I'm joking.
I'm on that track,
But,
right?
I'm saying, I mean, that's what the
Sure.
road is.
Even her hair is weird looking.
I'm joking around. No, but I'm telling you, Madonna has morphed into Drew Barrymore, at least the still shot that I'm looking at. And, Andrew's, the phones are all ringing here, so Andrew's trying to find, I guess, a couple of calls to put on. I think people are calling. Yeah, here we go. People are calling about the airplane stuff, but I moved on. Hi, good morning, MJ Morning Show. Hello.
Hello.
Hey, Michelle and Valrico, how you doing?
I'm great.
All right, did you see Madonna last night?
Well, I guess it was Madonna. I could hear her voice. It was her voice. It was her body. It was still her raunchy way of talking.
Right.
But I couldn't tell it was her face. I couldn't tell her face. And maybe it was the TV. Maybe it was the
No, don't adjust your set. There's nothing wrong with your TV set.
It didn't appear to be Madonna in the face. Everything else was Madonna, but I couldn't tell that it was her face.
Yeah, that's the deal. Thank you, Michelle. Appreciate it. Bobby is in Newport Richie. Hey, Bobby, you're on the MJ Morning Show. Hi.
Hey, how you doing, MJ?
We are doing well. So, did Madonna not look like Madonna in your eyes?
She looked like she had some sort of balloon face. I mean, why do women do this? I mean, my God, she didn't even look like her. She looks horrible.
She had like a balloon face, like what? Like the Chinese spy balloon face or something going on.
Exactly. Yeah. I think they shot her.
Oh, no. Thank you.
Oh, my God.
You know what I just realized? Okay.
Madonna was shot down off the South Carolina
Oh,
coast
no, come
by a
on.
U.S. Navy F-22.
She's a national treasure, sir.
Okay, look at the picture that Fester has pulled up, right?
Yes.
Actually, U.S. Navy would be, I think, an Air Force F-22. Yes, go ahead.
So, have you ever heard that when you get older, as you age, the only things go back, Fester, go back
hold
to
on,
the
sorry.
original one. The only things that your ears and your nose keep growing. Did you hear that?
I've always heard that
Okay.
because all of my like my grandfathers and
Right.
like great uncles,
Right.
their ears became enormous. like what are you laughing at?
Like old wrestlers from the 50s, their ears are like huge. And
Oh yeah, and massive amounts of dark hair coming out of their ears.
So your ears and your nose continue
Oh,
to grow.
and my Uncle Charlie, his nose was the size of like a mutant Plant City strawberry.
Yeah.
It would
Was he
have
an
won.
alcoholic?
It would have won the largest strawberry at the Plant City Strawberry Festival.
Were the pores the size of like craters? Is that
Yeah.
No, they were
look
the
he had
size of
going?
strawberry
Whatever,
seeds.
Winston Churchill drunk now?
Tranquility Base. Yeah.
Okay, so anyways, if you look at that photo of Madonna, you can tell she's, like fluffed out from all the fillers and stuff, and maybe she gets her nose shrunken too, because I guess you could do that, but you can't really do that much with your ears. You can see her ears that's the only sign of her age, is that her ears are getting bigger. See him?
Yeah.
She's starting to look like, what's the name of the kid from Mask with Cher?
Just
Rocky
stop it.
Dennis?
Rocky Dennis.
I don't
Rocky
think-
Dennis?
I'm going to travel the world.
But I'm not trying to be mean about it, because she just is stuck. Like, look when she was famous, what she looked like. She's just trying to achieve that. And if she wasn't trying to achieve that, then she would just look old, and everybody be
Yeah,
like, look, Madonna's getting so old.
But there's something sad about people that just try too hard and like too much plastic surgery or or too much makeup. It just gets to the point where it becomes so ridiculous, and your attempts to make yourself look younger, it just becomes like clown-like. It becomes like a plastic surgery sideshow.
She can't see herself as an old person, so she's trying to match that.
This is the NFL and the Super Bowl on the MJ Morning Show. Guess why Adele is going to the Super Bowl this Sunday?
Scoping out for dudes?
Nope.
Oh.
The only reason why Adele says she's going to attend the Super Bowl is just to see Rihanna at the halftime show.
Oh, I'm excited for that. I
That's
like
a
Rihanna.
good reason, man. I mean, I'm looking forward to Rihanna's halftime show as well.
Dude, when I went to Barbados,
Where?
Oh, she is like worshipped there, like Bob Marley is in Jamaica. There's billboard signs in the airport. There's a big picture
serious?
of her. Like, she's the queen.
Like when you travel like around North Korea and they have all the giant portraits. You know, they've got. If you go to North Korea, which I've never been to, well, actually, I have been in North Korea because I was in Panmunjom or Panmunjom. I was in Panmunjom. And I was right on the DMZ, and technically I crossed into North Korea inside the negotiation building.
Ooh.
So I was actually in North Korea. But you see the pictures. They've got the gigantic, like, images of, like, Kim Jong-un and his predecessors.
Imagers. They have statues you're supposed to stand in front of.
So you're saying you go to Barbados and there's
statues of Rihanna.
There's Rihanna statues everywhere?
She's like worship there. It's amazing.
I'm reading an old article. Barbados, they named her a national hero.
Yeah. She is the queen there.
Adele says, I'm going to the Super Bowl just for Rihanna. I don't give a flying F.
Hell yeah, that's going to be
about
good.
anything else.
I hope she does lemonade.
She's not alone. My wife asked, who's in the Super Bowl? I told her, and she's like, oh, first question, who's halftime? I go, Rihanna. That's awesome.
But Adele says she doesn't give a flying, quote, she doesn't give a flying F about the game. She's just going to see Rihanna at the Super Bowl this weekend.
Language.
Exactly.
Is she still doing her Vegas residency?
Oh, who knows with all the clusters going on with that.
Yeah,
she is. Because she told a fan this in Vegas. That's where that quote came from.
Well, the Super Bowl's in Vegas. No, it isn't. It's
in
Arizona.
Yeah, the Super Bowl is in Glendale, Arizona this weekend.
The Pro Bowl yesterday was in Vegas. I'm sorry.
The Rust Armor, listen to this. The Rust Armorer that Hannah Gutierrez Reed, she was the armorer that was responsible for the prop guns on the set of the Alec Baldwin movie.
Oh, yeah.
She was spotted out for the first time in months and months and months, and she was wearing a skeleton T-shirt.
Ooh.
And people are saying, ooh, that is really in poor taste. You know, you've just been charged with manslaughter charges. You got 2 counts against you, and she's out wearing a skeleton shirt.
She probably didn't think about it. You know, I've seen pictures of her prior to this incident. She kind of looks like she goes for some goth looks at times. It's probably just what's in her wardrobe.
Yeah, maybe so, but still not very sensitive.
No.
And then speaking of Rust, do you see the latest? Now, over the weekend, stories have emerged that the Rust director and other crew members are likely to testify against Alec Baldwin.
No. It can't be true. No. It's true.
Hey, Alec. Apparently the director is going to testify against you and probably say, yeah, you pulled the trigger.
No.
Oh, no. Yes.
No.
It will be okay, Alec. We will get through this together.
And then your wife. Hang on a second. I'm looking for the
Jess,
fake.
I'm right here.
It was here. Now I can't find it.
Where did my audio clip go?
Yeah, I'm looking for. Here it is. Here's Ilaria. Would you like to comment in your Spanish accent?
You know that. So please, leave my family in peace and let this all play out.
Yes.
Okay? So let my kids come home and you stay away from them.
Yes.
Because they ask me, Mommy, what are these people doing?
Oh, they ask me, Mommy, Mommy, why are you speaking with this Spanish accent since you're from Boston, Massachusetts? Why, Mommy, you fake being from Spain and born in Mallorca when you're born in Massachusetts?
I
Why,
just
Mommy?
watched the Selena movies starring a J-Los.
Why are you talking like this, Mommy?
See.
Do the washing machine, Abraham.
No, but that's pretty big that the director and other people on the set are set to testify against Alec Baldwin.
It must have been a real jerk on the set, huh?
Yeah.
I mean, he killing people.
Or they're
about that?
avoiding some kind of charges because they could look at everybody as accessories.
Yeah. All right, a couple of early celebrity items. We'll get to some more Hollywood crap coming up in just a bit. The item that I teased over the weekend was about dating. And this could be, and I got a text from one of our salespeople. Now, the item that I teased all weekend long that we're going to talk about right now is about dating. And have you ever ditched a date? You ever ditch a date in like spectacular fashion? So I get a text from Carrie. Remember Carrie? She used to work with us over at the other station.
Yeah.
Now Carrie works here in our sales department.
I love her, yeah.
And she sent me a text over the weekend. So she must have heard the promo that was running, hey, MJ Morning Show, Monday morning, 7:45, and talking about, dating. And the question was, have you ever ditched a date? I read this crazy story about like date ditching. Like you just cut your losses. And the story essentially is you go out on a date and the date is so bad that you just leave. You just walk out. The old, hey, I'll be right back. Got to go to the bathroom. And then you're gone. So I want to go to phones on this. 800-990-1047. 800-990-1047. I want to hear about your stories of ditching a date. Do you have any spectacular stories on date ditching? Because apparently it's getting more common. And it just seems that more and more of the Generation Z and the millennials, that they will walk out on a date in record time. A surprisingly short amount of time, they're gone. So I saw the story. There was like research was done that singles will ditch a bad date in less than an hour, according to a recent study.
I wonder if it has something to do with more people meet online these days.
I was just thinking that.
They go and they're like, oh, you're ugly and your breath smells like you just had cigarettes and milk.
Or like you just
sold on cigarettes and milk.
Just bad breath and you just...
Is that a thing? Cigarettes and milk?
Give you bad breath. Yeah, of course.
All right.
But also, like, you meet somebody that's just creepy that you met online. Like, okay, I have a bad feeling about this person.
I'm out of here.
Yeah.
The research found that daters only need 25 minutes to decide whether or not they're enjoying themselves. But they'll wait an average of 51 minutes before, like, faking a phone call with an emergency or having to go to the bathroom or whatever the story is. Oh, my friend's in trouble. I've got to help them right away. All right, let's go to phones on this. 800-990-1047. 800-990-1047. I'd like to hear from, a variety of demographics, variety of ages, and I'd like to know, when's the last time you ditched a date? Or did you ever ditch a date? And why did you ditch the date? Now, if you are Generation Z, if you are millennial, have you had, or really any age demographic, but it seems that it's the younger crowd. Single younger people they know in 25 minutes whether they're having a decent time, and then they will actually walk out, end the date in less than an hour. All right, so any aspect here of a current story, a past story, did you ever get ditched yourself in the middle of a date, or did you do the date ditching? Let's go. 800-990-1047. Let's hit the phones. Phones are already jammed. If you get a busy signal, just wait for me to hang up, then try to get in. Linda's in Tampa. First up. Hey, Linda, you're on the MJ Morning Show. Hi.
Good morning. How are you?
We are well, Linda. So did you ditch or did you get ditched?
So I actually was the ditcher. I was on a date with a nice-looking guy, and he was as pompous as the day is long, and he bored the stew out of me, and I think I left within 30 minutes fainting.
Hold on. What term did you use? He bored the what out of you?
Bored the stew out of me.
Bored the stew out of you?
Okay.
Yeah.
Like what? Like beef stew?
Whatever kind, but I didn't have any left. I'm going to tell you that. It
Okay.
was and the irony about the whole thing is my sister ended up marrying this guy.
What?
Whoa.
Nice, your brother.
Are you kidding me?
Not even kidding you. Not
Wait, so you walked out on the date. How did your sister then hook up with this guy?
So we're horse show people, and he was in just part of the horse show world, and he, I guess he got around, and my instincts were, I guess, spot on for me.
Now, did your sister know that you had ditched this guy previously before she hooked up with him?
Oh, yeah. And it was probably a year in between, but, he's a good-looking guy. She got along with him, I guess.
Was he a jockey or trainer or?
He was a lawn jockey.
Yes.
That's terrible. No, it's the hunter-jumper world, so he was just a rider.
And what's their
sure
current
was.
status? Are they still together?
Okay, so the irony of that as well, they were together a number of years, had a couple of kids, and he cheated on her, so she divorced him.
Oh,
Aren't all
man.
those horse guys like, yeah, hey, what's up? Oh, they're little midget guys.
No, stop.
Oh,
No,
I'm a
not
jockey.
jockeys.
Oh,
Froggy,
even the horse
come on.
jumpers I thought were midgets.
Hey, Linda, thanks for the call.
Big midgets.
Jerry's in Newport Richie. Hey, Jerry, you're on the MJ Morning Show. What's the story, Jerry?
Oh, I got catfished. I had this girl meet me at my house up on Long Island, and in her pictures, she was like skinny and everything, but I'm looking out the window. She was getting out of her car, and she looked like a 5-pound bag of marshmallows in a 1-pound bag. And
It's terrible.
Oh, my God. I was like, oh, what am I going to do?
Did you think there was a Chinese spy balloon in your...
I go to the bathroom, and I call my sister, and I said, oh, sis, what do I do? She goes, Jerry, just splash some water on your face and act like you threw up and tell her that you're not feeling good and put a washcloth on your face.
Did you do that?
Oh, I did exactly that, and she left.
Oh, my God. So she sent you pictures of a completely different woman, and then she shows up?
Yeah.
Why do people do that? Like, suddenly you're going to forget the original image that you have of them, and you're going to suddenly accept a completely different person?
I don't know, man.
Why do people do that? Jerry, thanks for the call. Let's grab Mindy in Dade City. Hey, Mindy, you're on the MJ Morning Show. Hi.
Good morning. How are you?
We are well. Go ahead.
I'm a little older. I'm a Gen Xer, and I was going to be doing the ditching, but I did not end up ditching him. We met at Brass Tap and decided to go on a first date to a Bucks game, and I wanted to drive just in case he was a bit of a weirdo. You never know. And he ended up being a pretty nice guy, and 10 years later, here we are.
Oh.
Oh, wow.
I heard he's cheating on you.
Froggy.
Frog,
I'm just kidding.
Frog, what are you saying?
I'm just kidding. I don't even know you.
And he's a veterinarian out in Dade City, and so it was pretty tumultuous and toxic relationships. We knew we didn't want to waste our time again, so I drove just in case I had to leave. My mom knew if I called to ask.
You were in the ditch mode, so you were prepared to pull the cord and bail out, but instead, instead you're still married 10 years later.
We were married 10 years later, yes, and he knew it. I called my mom to say, does Levi have his green monkey? She was to say there was some sort of emergency, and I was going to leave.
Does Levi have his green monkey? Okay.
And to this day, we make a joke about it.
Aw, and you guys are living happily ever after. Is he still a vet in Dade City?
He still is a vet in Dade City, yes.
Aw.
That's a hell of a safe word,
Does he deal with equestrian situations?
No, he's more small animals.
Oh, gotcha.
You know, he has the Pasco canines and stuff like that.
I can't
very
bring
nice.
a horse in?
Hey, thank you, Mindy.
What about a Shetland pony?
Great call. That opens up a line. We'll take a few more calls here. 800-990-1047. 800-990-1047. If you're just tuning in, there's just a new research is out about singles will ditch a bad date in a very short amount of time. So I'm asking about date ditching. You ever get ditched on a date, or did you ever ditch somebody on a date, and how bad was it? Let's grab Lauren in Tarpon. Hey, Lauren, you're on the MJ Morning Show. Hi.
Hey, good morning.
Hey.
I I actually did the ditching about 14 years ago. I'm 42 right now. Before I had my son and everything.
So you were, what, 28 years old and you ditched somebody. What was the story? What?
Did you dine and ditch?
I didn't dine and ditch, but I did like just leave him in the restaurant because he was a little creepy. And I had a friend that actually worked at the restaurant, and she told me that he sat there for about an hour and 20 minutes. I told him I was going to the bathroom.
Oh my God. So wait a minute. You left, you said you're going to the bathroom, you ditch him, and he was still sitting there an hour and 20 minutes later?
Yeah, well, she ended up calling me, and she goes, are you still here? And I said, absolutely not. I was like, he wouldn't look me in the face. I wasn't even wearing something that was showing off my section. So it was just
your section?
Your goodies.
So yeah, my goodies. It was just a little creepy. I didn't know if I kept thinking I had something on my shirt, but he wouldn't make eye contact with me. Made me feel a little weird. So
and he sat there for an hour and 20 minutes. Where was this? Was this local?
It was in Dunedin. Yeah.
And what restaurant did your friend work at that you guys went to that he sat there for an hour and 20 minutes?
Well, we went to Eddie's to watch Ray's game.
Right.
And I don't know. He may have got sucked into the I don't know. I'm not sure. But it definitely, the baseball game was not worth sticking around for him.
Gotcha. Thanks, Lauren. Appreciate it. Pamela's in St. Pete. Hey, Pam, you're on the MJ Morning Show. Hi.
Hey, good morning, MJ. I had a story it's been 20 years. I lived over in Town and Country. I'm in St. Pete now.
Yep.
And a guy from work invited me to the hockey game. And then we get to the hockey game, and he literally starts, like, mauling me, like putting his arms all over me and getting
all handsy.
Getting really handsy,
Yep.
okay?
Yep.
So I did and this is the first and only time in my whole life, I'm 59, okay? I did I've got to go to the bathroom routine. And I ditched him there while he was in the stands. And then I went down, and there were some guys, and, your intuition just says, hey, these are just two buds at a game. And I walked up to him, and I said, man, this guy was getting ready to maul me right there in the stands. Where do you guys live? And they didn't live far from me, and they gave me a ride home, and everything was fine. And that was my story, my one ditch story.
Wow. And did you make friends with the guys that you be hooked up with?
Well, no, not friends like that. Just like it was just an intuition thing, because you think, oh, wow, you got in the truck with two strange guys, but you could just tell they were just two normal guys at work.
Gotcha. Hey, Pam, thanks for the call.
Okay, thank you.
Have a great day. Bob. We'll talk to Bob in Tampa. Hey, Bob.
Hi, how you doing?
Doing well. What's your story?
Well, so I met this woman in an elevator, and we went up 3 floors. I got off at mine. She went on up, and then came back down and asked the receptionist, hey, who was that guy I was in the elevator with? And one thing led to another, and we ended up going out to a bar to have a beverage. And I found out that she ended up having a child, which is cool. But the reason why she had a child was that she hooked up with this guy because she heard he was rather well endowed. And I said, well, that's interesting. And she continued to just kind of talk about herself, talk to everybody else around us. And I'm a fairly engaging guy. She went to the bathroom. And while she was there, I told the bartender, hey, would you go ahead and close out our tab? I'm out of here. And he goes, you leave? And I said, yeah. But I waited for her to get back. She sat down next to me. I looked at her. I said, hey, look, I've taken care of the tab, but I'm out. And she looked at me like I had thrown, cold water in her face. And I just got up and I started walking across the street. It was an outside bar. And she's like, wait, you're leaving this behind? And I gave her the wave like at the end of the Michael Jackson Thriller video where the zombies, are kind of walking away with their hand in the air.
Yeah.
And just kept walking away, and listening to her scream in the background made me laugh my head off.
Thank you. That's a good story, Bob. Thank you, man. Appreciate it.
Moonwalk away, sir.
Bill is in Land O'Lakes. Bill, you're on the MJ Morning Show. Hi. Hang on a sec. Bill's on 5.
Yeah.
Bill, hey, Bill, you're up.
Hey, guys.
Hey.
I have a story.
I went for a date with a girl. She was absolutely beautiful. We went to the social in Newport Richie, and things were going great. First time, I actually picked her up. So I was a ride home, and we're like 2 beers into it, and we're just talking. And she goes, "Have you ever done meth?" And she looks so normal. So cool, like the perfect person.
How do you just roll over that, sir?
Hold on a minute. Don't bury the lead. All right, hold on. So you're out with her, and she says, "Have you ever done meth?"
Wow.
Done meth. Yeah. Well, no, she goes, "Do you like sex?" And I go, "Yeah, of course." And she goes, "Have you ever done meth?" And I'm thinking she was really cute. This was going somewhere. And then I just wanted to cry. So I go, "No, I never have. But tell me about it." She goes, and I go, "Like crystal meth?" Because I don't know anything about that at all. And she goes, "Yeah, you break it off and you put it in your anus."
Oh,
Okay.
Hold on a minute.
Is that true?
I don't want to go further down that road. Okay.
Yeah, no,
You went
that
far
was
enough.
it. She said that, and I didn't want to research her or nothing. So I go, "Oh, it's great. Order another drink. Go to the bathroom. Call my friend Chuck." And I'm like, "Chuck, call me up. Get me out of here," because I picked her up. So I acted like it was my daughter calling me up, and I said, "Hey, here's $20 for an Uber. I'm so sorry. I gotta go." But now I was paranoid, thinking I don't know who knows this girl. You know what I mean? Like, it's some crazy dealer around. But it was a conversation I'll never forget my entire life.
You obviously made her very comfortable.
I was 50 at the time.
Oh my God, this is crazy! All right, well, listen. Hey, Bill, you win the surprise phone call of the day.
Wow, on 2 fronts.
On two fronts.
You surprised me twice on that call.
You whacked us twice. All right, Bill. Thank you, buddy.
Something different.
I've seen a lot of meth documentaries. I've never seen that sort of.
That's like
absorption method.
Yeah.
I mean, the guy thought he was walking into like a real life true love situation. You know the movie.
All right, so I have to see a picture of this woman now. Bill says how good looking she
so
was.
normal and pretty.
Pretty teeth, I would imagine.
With shoving meth up her butt.
I guess she wasn't putting it in. Her teeth are fine.
That must be how it saves her teeth. That must be the secret to
Different entry point.
Meth heads with good teeth. Yes.
One more call. My intuition is telling me we probably should have ended on that last call.
No, Devin's been holding for a while.
I know, but let me just grab Devin. Devin in Tampa. Hey, Devin.
Hey, good morning. I don't know if I could beat the last.
Yeah, that's a tough one to beat. But
I was going to tell you two, but I guess I'll just tell you one. When I was ditched, and I met the guy online, and we chatted a little bit online, and then switched numbers. He seemed pretty normal. Everything seemed pretty good, and we decided to meet at a bar. And when I met him, we met in the parking lot, and, he gave me a hug, and I was like, okay. And we decided to go in and order some food and some drinks. And he looks at me and he says, well, I'm going to be honest with you. And I was like, what's that? And he's like, you're not really my type. Ooh. And I'm like, okay, what do you mean? And he said, you're too tall. Well, I'm 5'9". And he said, and you're really too skinny, and your body type isn't for me. And I said, you know what? Let's not waste each other's time. And I walked off. And he's like, wow. And I was like, yeah, wow.
Wow.
Ooh, wow. But nothing about meth, though, right?
No, I can't beat that story.
There's a meth punchline coming up.
And so, was he your height, or was he shorter or taller?
He was about my height. But he said I was too tall. I guess he wanted somebody short and a little heavier. I don't know. I'm not real skinny. I'm just the regular. I mean, I don't know. I could lose a couple of pounds in my eyes, but
I'm sure you're lovely,
guess,
man.
Ma'am, if you want to lose some weight, you can always look into meth.
Yeah, I guess so.
Well,
I guess I need to do
Devin,
that.
Maintain your beautiful smile.
Yeah, and Devin, you sound delightful. So thank you.
Yeah, you guys have a great day.
You
Thanks
too.
for sharing.
Now, I'm texting Carrie. Carrie is in our sales department, and she must have heard me promo this thing over the weekend because I cut a little 10-second promo. Hey, Monday morning, 7:45, we're going to talk about date ditching. And so Carrie texts me that, again, she texted me on Saturday. She must have heard the promo on the radio over the weekend. Not to brag, but I have the best ditched a date of all time story.
Oh,
and then she gives me the smiley face with the sunglasses emoji. She won't answer my text. I'm gonna try to call Carrie.
Give her one shot.
I'll give her one shot here.
It's quite a claim.
I want to know, is it better than the meth up the butt?
I can't imagine it is.
Hold on.
Maybe she heard that story and she's like, ugh.
No, maybe she was the woman.
Maybe.
I'm
does have good teeth.
I'm kidding. All right. Love Carrie. Carrie's been around for a long time with us. All right. 727. All right. Calling Carrie from our sales department. Hope it's not one of those you got to dial a 1. Come on, Carrie. Pick up. You can't leave us hanging.
I'm so sorry. My phone was on silent. I just saw it.
Hey, Carrie, it's MJ and the crew calling live. All right, so are you listening to the show?
I was in the shower.
Okay, anyway, so we just did the ditching a date story, and we just had a bunch of great calls. We just took like 10 phone calls, and I shared that over the weekend you must have heard my promo about date ditching on Q105, right?
Yep.
And you sent me a text that you've got the best date ditching story of all time.
I think I do. I think I've got them all beat.
Well, you didn't hear the meth up the butt story, did you?
Oh, maybe I don't have them all beat.
You'll be second best.
All right, Carrie, let me hear you. Let me hear your story. All right, you're the final call on this.
This could be a second place.
All right, what happened?
Well, as you know, I'm a giant of a woman.
Yeah, Carrie, you're like 6 feet.
Yeah, I'm 6 feet tall.
Yep.
And there's only 2 times in my life that comes in handy: reaching the top shelf of the grocery store and ditching dates.
Uh-oh.
So I was with the date, got set up on a blind date. Horrible.
Oh.
Didn't want it out before the meal came. So I told him I felt we always.
Who set you up on the blind date? Was it a friend?
Oh, probably. I've been set up on a million in my lifetime.
Gotcha.
So who knows?
Wow.
Yeah. Bad. And single at 56, so clearly they're terrible at it. But I was at dinner and wanted to get out of it. And I told him that I'm a very honest person and we should always be honest from the get-go. And so I am Carrie now, but I was born Kevin.
Oh!
Because I'm so tall, it's so believable.
So you wanted out of it so badly, you told the guy that you were born a Kevin, but now you're Carrie?
Yep. And then I went to the restroom. I told him I was going to go to the ladies' room, and he even gave me a look like, which one she going? She went to the ladies. And when I got back, he was gone.
Oh my gosh.
That's great.
Carrie. Did you tell him you were like a college basketball player?
Yeah. I was left tackle for Florida International University or something.
Swimmer. I'm an Olympic swimmer.
That's great, Carrie. That's a good story.
Good one.
Good story, Kevin.
You sure there's no
Hard
meth?
second place.
Kevin, I'll see you later.
All right.
See you, Kev.
Bye.
Oh my God.
That's funny.
Wow, I can see her doing that.
And she goes to the bathroom and then he's gone. That's an interesting deal because
what a jerk.
Usually you go to the bathroom and then you don't go to the bathroom. You leave the damn restaurant.
Who's the jerk, Froggy?
The guy who left.
Not the person who made up about them having a gender reassignment.
Did
procedure?
she walk into the men's bathroom? That's why he left.
Oh man,
that's good.
Now in St. Petersburg, isn't there regulation in the city of St. Pete? I don't think restaurants are allowed to use plastic straws, right?
So I've gone to like the McDonald's here through the drive-thru, and they give you like a paper straw. I've seen a lot of restaurants do paper straws in St. Pete.
Yeah, so I think St. Pete, there must be a city ordinance that restaurants can't have plastic straws in St. Pete.
Looks like they banned them in 2018.
Was that what it was?
Yeah, but it doesn't apply to like convenience stores.
All right, now Michelle and I, we had a friend of ours had like a housewarming party, and we stopped by for a little bit on Saturday. But since we were going to be so close to El Cap, Michelle and I said, you know what? It's going to be an easy Saturday. We didn't do anything fancy this weekend, so we just went out to a housewarming party for about half an hour, just a little backyard get together, and then we were just jonesing for an El Cap cheeseburger. So we stopped at El Cap on Saturday night, and I've noticed for a while now that El Cap uses the paper straws, and I thought I remember hearing that St. Pete does not allow plastic straws. That's the deal. By the way, and obviously this is about a straw story, but the issue with paper straws is they sit in the drink and they start to just, collapse, you know?
You go through 2 or 3 of them over the course of a meal.
So really, what's worse, going through like 3 straws or just having one plastic straw? That's number one. And can I point out that my El Cap burger on Saturday night was absolutely perfect? And for those that want to know, I do the daily double, which is the larger patty. Oh, yes.
Of course you do.
I do the daily double on the smaller bun. So the daily double comes with the larger sesame seed bun. I 86 that. I do the large daily double burger on the regular bun with cheese, and then I ask for a giant stack of lettuce on the side. And by the way, I posted my burger on my Instagram on Saturday night.
I saw your food porn.
Is that a good looking? It is. Is that delicious food porn right there?
You only had one of those?
Just one.
I could eat like 7.
So could I, but you got to control yourself. I could easily do 2 of those things, but I only did one.
I'll go wimpy on those things.
Medium rare with the kind of the juice dripping onto the bun. It was perfect. And if you want to see my burger from Saturday night, go to my Instagram, Certified MJ Radio. That's Certified MJ Radio. In fact, there were a couple of things on there because...
you had a slice of cheese. That was really entertaining.
Well, also Michelle and the goat. Did you see Michelle and the goat?
Yeah, you guys got a goat?
Michelle was with the goat. I'll give you the whole story coming up in just a bit. Fester, turn that off for now because you're going to distract me. I'll get into that in just a bit. But, folks, you ought to be following me on Certified MJ Radio on Instagram because I did an Instagram Live yesterday with Michelle and the baby goat. So, Certified MJ Radio. Now, the reason why I brought up the straws and the fact that I had a paper straw at El Cap because the city of St. Petersburg doesn't let you have plastic straws at restaurants is that researchers have developed a 100% biodegradable straw that does not fall apart.
What is it made out of?
It is made out of, paper straws. No one likes paper straws.
They disintegrate.
That's what we're saying.
They suck.
But
they don't suck.
Well,
they
it's the
disintegrate.
straws. If they sucked, they'd be great.
They don't suck enough.
The Korea Research Institute of Chemical Technology, they understand the frustration, and they're developing a 100% biodegradable, environmentally friendly paper straw that does not get soggy. Because the paper straws on the market now are not just made of paper. If they're made of 100% paper, they would become soggier to the point that they wouldn't even be usable as a straw. And I've had that happen with the paper straws.
Right.
It just disintegrates in the water.
Seriously. And then you got little floating. It's like you got like clumps of toilet paper floating on your drink.
Delicious.
Disgusting.
Like clumps of wet toilet paper. I've had straws turn into mush. It's the worst. No, they've come up with a new straw. And I guess it's going to be out soon. So I'm looking forward to this. The straw will not disintegrate in water. It will stay 100% viable.
Until when? Like 5 years?
Why don't they use bamboo shoots?
I mean, the point of a paper straw is it's completely useless as soon as it's done, and it becomes just like paper mache mush that doesn't get up a sea turtle's nose.
They've got a new process, and it's the eco-friendly paper straw, and they're saying that this straw, after a reasonable amount of time, will still hold. And they did like a weight test where they dangled a bunch of like metal screws from like a spoon, and they had string on like the spoon, and they put a whole bunch of metal screws to simulate weight of 50 grams. And after minutes, their new paper straw was completely unbent and holding the weight, whereas a conventional paper straw already had drooped to a mess and dumped the screws all over the place.
Oh, good for them. Well,
Yeah.
I like Froggy's bamboo straw idea, but what about tinfoil straws? To recycle those?
Yeah, you could bite them.
Well, you can recycle a plastic straw as well. If it's made out of a recyclable plastic, you can recycle that.
Okay, nobody recycles.
Well,
we talked about that last week.
we
all
did.
all the stuff you think you're going to recycle ends up in the landfill.
Well, a good deal of it does. I don't think everything does, but I think that there's a little bit of a racket going on, maybe a lot of a racket going on with recycling that I just keep hearing from people that are in the know that a lot of the stuff we think we're recycling ends up in the landfill.
How about a smoke straw? So when you're done with it, it evaporates. Made of smoke.
It's brilliant.
What do you think?
I think it's as brilliant as an invisible straw.
Yeah, why don't you go to work on that, Froggy?
Sounds
go to work in the Froggy lab. So Michelle and the goat story, and then we'll get into the Chinese spy balloon deal. And go back to my Instagram. So again, my Instagram is Certified MJ Radio, and Michelle is holding this baby goat. Now click on it, but then unmute it quickly so I can play a little bit of audio here. All right, unmute. Go ahead.
And they wag their tails for a reason. It's so their mom knows who they are.
Oh,
they
listen.
emit their odor.
That's Pam, by the way.
Pick out her own babies.
Michelle is holding a week-old goat.
We hand feed them.
Pretty big for a
we
week.
know how much they're getting.
It's amazing.
If they're
So
thriving.
you got to see this
And
goat.
how
old is this goat here?
Last Monday morning.
This is the 1 week old.
3:30 a.m.
All right, so this goat that
She is
Michelle,
not my favorite person now.
this goat that Michelle is holding out here, and we're in Tampa, right? This is Tampa.
We're officially Tampa.
All right, we're in Tampa, but it's really Oldsmar, or
The dance, no, we're in Tampa.
Right.
Oldsmar's on the
Yeah.
other side of Racetrack
All right,
Road.
all right.
We're on the east side.
all right. So we're at the Dancing Goat, and they produce eggs and goat milk, and I was complaining about the crazy egg prices. All right, let me come back live here, but this is an Instagram Live. This is the most adorable thing you've ever seen. Roxanne, how cute is that little baby goat?
It's super cute.
So Chloe's in Scotland at school watching the Instagram Live, and immediately she's like, I want a baby goat. Okay, great. Veruca,
I want a golden goose now.
Exactly, Veruca Salt.
I'll get you one, Veruca.
Daddy, I want a dancing goat, Daddy.
That thing dances?
Dude, no, listen, this goat is adorable, and it was so smooth.
It looks high.
It's a week old. It's a little infant goat. It's a baby
It looks kind of stupid.
Is it one of those goats that's going to be trained to stand on people's backs during yoga?
Yeah, yoga goats.
Is this a milker or a meter?
No, no meat goats there. All of the goats are raised, and this place, you weren't here.
Right.
But what happened was I was doing another segment, I don't know, a week and a half ago about egg prices, and Michelle likes the Vital Farms eggs, and the 18-pack of Vital Eggs Farms at Publix now, $11.23. It's ridiculous. Price of eggs, it's nuts. So a listener brought by a dozen eggs from this place, the Dancing Goat, off a Racetrack Road, and they've got a whole little farm situation. They've got like 100 chickens or hens. They're laying eggs. We got some fresh eggs yesterday. We got some cheese, and Pam, who owns it, Pam gave us a tour and showed us the barn where all the milking goats are, and then took out this little baby goat that's 1 week old. This morning at 3:30 a.m. was a week that it was birthed, and it is adorable. And Michelle is holding the goat, and it was just sweet. You wouldn't believe how soft the fur was on this goat.
So now you're using baby animals to get views on your Instagram.
This is really.
This is like pandering to
Seriously.
You look like about 100 yards of horse's ass right now.
Why don't you go down to the pound or something? Just take pictures of puppies.
Guys, people love this baby goat. It's already got thousands of views.
Put Miranda or what's that old song, Sarah McLachlan?
And I might say that Michelle is looking mighty fine in this video.
You talking about the You talking about the animal shelter song?
Yeah. Why don't you play that so people get sad for it?
Michelle is looking mighty fine holding this.
What do you have, a goat fetish with women holding goats? Because I have a link if you want one.
So, hey, Tom Brady, Michelle held a different goat yesterday, okay? So, this is not a Tom Brady goat. This is the little baby goat. Anyway, the video's up on my Instagram, Certified MJ Radio. Take a look. Shot it live in the barn. And then I posted the live video. Give me a follow while you're there because you never know. Hey, cheeseburgers, goats, all kinds of crap. A piece of cheese. I went to the fridge and I went to rip off a slice of Boar's Head whole milk white American cheese.
Right.
The piece of cheese came out shaped exactly like the state of Oklahoma. Did you see this? Go back. Go.
Oh, I did see that.
All right, shut this off. No, go back to the Instagram. Just go back. All right, scroll down. Right there. Look at that. Fester.
That's Oklahoma.
It is.
Do you think? What do you think is a sign of something?
My
Should you
Boar's
visit
Head, and that's all we buy. We love the Boar's Head white American cheese, and I rip it out of the package. Like Publix Deli, they put it in. They put the little
slice over slice with the plastic
plastic in the middle, and I pull the cheese out, and the damn thing rips exactly like the state of Oklahoma. I was going to put it on eBay, but then I ate it.
I mean, you got to take a picture. I ate a Cheeto yesterday. It looked like a wiener. I didn't take a picture of
But we stop it, Froggy.
But he loved it.
You know what? You realized you say the word wiener at least 3 times on every show?
I try to get one in an hour.
Because you're 6.
Yes. I agree.
That is true. Hey, speaking of eBay and Tom Brady, I mean, why do people take this seriously? This is a hoax. This is a joke. Did you see that somebody put the sand from the beach where Tom Brady did the retirement announcement on eBay for $100,000? Come on, give me.
That's a great idea. Why didn't we think of that?
This is not because we're not on the beach where Tom Brady did the announcement.
Right, so where, you get any beach sand. Where was the location?
It was at Seaside or Surfside. I think it's because Tom Brady left town. Tom Brady is gone. He left. In fact, Roxanne had breaking news on the weekend before we lost to the Dallas Cowboys, ending the season, and that was the end of Tom Brady's football career. But Roxanne had word. Was it on? When did you give us the word?
I think like 3 weeks ago we talked about it.
I know.
Does that sound right?
Well, it was the Dallas Cowboys.
Yeah.
But did you give us the word the previous Friday, or was it on Monday
after
morning?
The fact. After the fact.
So I think it was Monday morning.
Mm-hmm.
So Monday morning, the night of the Monday night football game where we lost to the Dallas Cowboys, Roxanne said, "Hey, breaking news, moving trucks packed up Tom Brady over the weekend."
I just have to be clear about this. I didn't have that before the game on Monday night because that would have been really noteworthy. That would have been like, oh my gosh, this guy's going to go play a game and he's already packed up and moved.
Then it was later in the week.
Exactly.
Okay, well, I don't remember the exact time. But you had the word that Tom Brady had his rental house because originally he and Giselle and the kids were in the Derek Jeter house on Bahama Circle. And then he moved to a different rental home on Riviera?
Yeah.
Was it Riviera? And this is on Davis Islands. And I have another story on that house is now for rent. And the number is ridiculous. I'll get to that in a second. First, though, the beach sand where Tom Brady delivered his big old retirement announcement. Tom Brady sat on the beach and delivered this.
Good morning, guys. I'll get to the point right away. I'm retiring for good. I know the process was a pretty big deal last time, so when I woke up this morning, I figured I'd just press record and let you guys know first, so I won't be long-winded.
All right, so there we go. Somebody on eBay as just this is a gimmick. This is not real, but they really did go to the beach. Is it Surfside or where? Because Tom Brady's now in a condo in is it Broward County? Go to the eBay listing because the eBay listing is going to tell you. Yeah, scroll down, go to the description. Stop. All right, right there. Tom Brady's exact retirement spot, bottled sand. Bid for one of 2 samples taken from Tom Brady's exact retirement spot on February 1st, 2023. Only 2 samples taken on the day of retirement, just hours after his video was posted online. Proof and photos. And they're holding up like a newspaper with the date on it, like it's like a hostage proof of, like a proof of life video or something. And then you can see the background. They took a picture of Tom Brady had this distinct buildings right behind him. It absolutely is the right location. The person is trying to sell the sand, but come on, no one's going to pay $99,000 for the bottles of sand. Now, does it give the exact location? You'll receive 8-ounce mason jar bottle with the exact sand the GOAT Tom Brady made his retirement video on. References from the retirement video were used to locate where Tom Brady was when he made the retirement announcement.
It doesn't give the exact location.
Yeah, but is it seaside or surfside? I think it's right. It's not far away from where the condo collapsed.
The Miami Herald said it was a surfside beach in Miami.
There we go. So Surfside Beach, Miami.
Let's just be thankful he didn't retire while on the toilet.
You know how much that toilet would be worth right now?
Yeah.
And the water in it.
Other stuff in it.
No one's bidding on this thing. No one's going to pay $99,000.
It's a fake.
What? Wait a sec. Hold on. Go to the
What
eBay
happened?
list. Hold on.
Somebody bought it?
No, it's
there are 119 bid. Oh, the current bid is $99,900. Get out of here.
Are you kidding me?
All right,
Oh,
well,
that's fake.
It has to be fake.
It's listen.
Well,
Even
what happens to the person who put the bid in?
Well, you get a bad mark on your eBay score. Who cares?
Oh, I don't know how that works.
Yeah. So right now, apparently there are 119 bids, and the current bid for the Tom Brady retirement sand from Surfside, Miami, is $99,900.
Well, why wouldn't? I mean, wouldn't his football be worth that? His last football he ever threw?
Yeah, maybe so.
So the retirement
I wonder
sand.
where that football is. His last play.
It's a jar of sand from a beach.
It is. You know, you can.
You know what I want to do? I want to buy that jar of sand, and then I want to bring it to Clearwater Beach, and I want someone to tell me, don't bring sand to the beach.
What did you say?
Roxanne, are you drunk?
Are you okay?
Can I get a quack quack?
No.
Can I get a quack quack? That doesn't deserve a quack quack.
You don't get a quack quack.
Do we have
Is that where the expression comes?
All right.
Do we have a goat sound?
It's deserving of a goat sound.
This is a
That's
gimmick.
it.
This is a total gimmick. The other thing, what did I do with that story? Here we go. Tom Brady's old Davis Islands home rental is on Zillow now for $60,000 a month. Get out of here!
Holy cow!
What?
Come on.
How much was he paying?
Come on. This is ridiculous. Davis Islands, 6-bedroom, 7-bath, 6,500 square foot home is available for $60,000 a month. Give me Tom Brady. If he was, listen, it's a decent looking place. It's a little too modern for my. I'm not a huge fan of all the moderns that are going up. There are some nice moderns that I like, but the real stark moderns that are just, just like boxes. I'm not a huge fan of all the modern. And the modern homes, they tend to just really get dated fast. They don't age well in a lot of cases. But this.
I disagree with everything you're saying, but.
Well, listen, you have a right to disagree just because, I guess, does Doug build only moderns?
That's it.
Well, there you go. That's why you're disagreeing with me.
This is so 2015.
Yeah, I'm not because Roxanne's longtime fiance, Dig Doug, is a builder, and I guess
he only does container ship houses.
If I wanted
And Doug.
Yeah, sorry. I don't like them. I'm not a modern fan. Different strokes, different folks. All right.
This house has a 2020 motif.
No, his house is like gothic. There's like knights and
whose?
Yours.
No, it's not. I don't have knights.
You walk around, it's like
medieval.
Medieval, yeah.
It's
you
not
have like
medieval.
What's with all the gargoyle heads everywhere?
I don't have gargoyle heads.
MJ's doorbell is
It's like the haunted man.
But all kidding aside, is this home? Are you familiar with the house, Roxanne? Here's a picture of the house, and you and Doug know Davis Islands very well because you guys have some rental homes on Davis Islands. Is that home worth $60,000 a month?
No way.
Not a chance.
I mean,
What are they trying to capitalize? Hey, you can rent the home that Tom Brady lived in, sit on the toilet that Tom Brady sat on. Is that the deal?
Yeah.
I think it's just the mystique of being in the same house that he
Wait a
walked around
minute.
in.
Let me do 60
as a nudie
times.
patootie.
How many months in the year? 12?
12.
60 times 12.
Dude, it's 5,000. It's six. So it's 60,000 times 12.
720.
7,000.
Is it 720?
Yes.
No. 820.
No, it's not. So it's 720,000 a year.
Yeah, 60 grand a month.
Oh my God,
That's
that
10
is
plus 2. Yeah,
You
Come
think
on.
you're so smart.
All right, Roxanne, but you would agree that if this home is Tom Brady's just moved out of rental home on Davis Islands, that is not worth $60,000 a month.
No way.
All right, so what is that worth a month? What do you think a home like that should rent for?
I'm asking right now.
Oh, you're asking Dig Dug?
Roxanne, you're in the biz.
And Doug.
You got to have answers.
Yeah.
All right, it's just
I don't know.
not
I
worth.
mean, it's just not.
I don't know if we need fair market
I'm
value.
trying to think about what some other houses that are similar go for that I might know.
Oh, and since I'm playing this, and Doug, I should also point out that while we were at the Dancing Goat, she's got emus, and Michelle was right next to an emu.
Ooh.
So it was and Michelle. And the picture of Michelle and the emu is up on my Instagram as well at Certified MJ Radio. Did Doug respond back?
Yeah, he's mad at me
Why?
because he wants DI prices to be high.
Listen, but come on.
It's a novelty house,
listen,
Doug.
The house is not worth $60,000 a month. What is...
He says 50.
No, that's still too high.
Douglas.
That is
You're being
ridiculous.
outrageous.
Is he going to answer my call if I call Dig Dug?
No, he's never serious anyway. He's going to act like he has to go.
Or Derek Jeter's on the other line.
Making his
You
coffee.
ever notice whenever we have him on, he'll do nothing serious on this show?
No, he's never serious.
I mean, he's got the wit of Stephen Wright.
No, he's like, seriously, when we call Dig Dug, Roxanne's fiance, about something serious, the guy's yanking my crank the entire phone call.
Never serious.
But somehow not funny doing this.
At all. I mean,
you know what?
wow.
Tell Doug, text Doug that I'm calling him live.
Okay.
All right, I'm calling Doug right now.
Oh.
Doug. All right, here we go.
He's also mad about the modern comment, too. Just being prepared.
I'm sorry, I'm not a modern fan, but there are plenty of people that are.
Why?
And there
What
are
kind of house do you have?
My house is not modern. My house is more of a classic style.
I don't understand these styles.
You can't tell the difference in different architecture?
All right.
Excuse me.
Do we need to talk to Doug about...
I was going to be an architect.
Yes, because I want to know what the home is really...
you almost say it like he's going to give you a straight answer.
Yeah.
He's kind of in a mood. He's been in a bad mood.
Oh, why?
Your fiance, Dig Dug's in a bad mood?
Yeah.
He spends every other week in the Bahamas. Why is he in a bad mood?
I'm going to tell everyone right now, he's going to be a total wise ass. He's not going to answer any one of my questions. Hey, Doug?
Yes, sir.
Hey, are you going to... Can you answer me seriously for once?
Am I on the air?
Yes, we're on the air.
All right, let's do it. Let's try it. Let's see what the ratings feedback is.
God, I don't even know how to describe him.
I just shut my own radio off.
So, Doug, I've got a story here that do you have the? Let me have the story. So the Tom Brady rental house that he moved into after your pal Jeter's house was rented by Tom Brady. And now the home is back on the rental market, and apparently it is available for $60,000 a month.
That's right.
Now, are you familiar with this particular home?
I am.
All right, little too modern and boxy for my taste, but really, come on, $60,000 a month is a ridiculous number. What is a real, and don't give me, $59,500. What is a real number on what this home should probably rent for?
It's Davis Island. It'll rent for whatever somebody wants to rent it for.
But really, I realize it's market value, but what is a reasonable number? What, 15, 20 grand a month?
You have to understand, Davis Island is like no other. It's like Balboa Island of Los Angeles.
No, it's not.
It's not that great.
It's on swamp water. It's the dirty swamp water in the back of Old Hillsborough Bay.
You have to drive past. You drive past a filthy hospital to get on and off.
Davis Island continues to get the highest priced houses, the highest priced houses for sale, highest priced houses for lease.
Is this jackass going to answer a question? Is this a commercial for
Doug, how many homes do you own on Davis Islands?
2.
So I'll see. He has a vested interest in.
All right, thanks for nothing, Doug.
All right, Doug. Really, it's not worth $60 grand a month. What is a real number to rent that house?
I answered you.
Shut this guy up.
It's worth what somebody's willing to pay.
No, I get that.
It obviously. Listen, you have to understand. Tampa is not the Tampa that you knew it 20, 25 years ago. Tampa's an elite city now. You've got major corporations coming in. You've got major, obviously, sports teams. People of that ilk that can pay that type of freight, that want that type of luxury waterfront.
Listen, I get. Listen, I had a bird dogger knock on my door and say that was my house. My house was not on the market, and I had somebody knock on my door asking me, "Would you take X dollars for this house?" I'm like, "No." It was a crazy offer, but where would I go?
Exactly. You live in Beach Park. That's also a creme de la creme area. You're very wise to get that waterfront. You're sitting on millions and millions of that.
All right, let's not over dramatize here, okay?
I mean, not millions and millions and millions.
I'm sitting on thousands and thousands.
I just talked to Michelle the other day. I've got a client interested in renting your place at $49.99.
Well, hang on a minute. I'll leave it at this, Doug. The last Super Bowl that we had in Tampa, actually the two last Super Bowls, we were approached to see if we would rent our house for out-of-town bigwigs, and we could have made like crazy money. Seriously, we could have made like $50,000 or $60,000 in rental for the weekend on the house. But that was a Super Bowl situation.
For that shack?
All right, Doug. Thank you, buddy.
It's really like
you guys have a good one.
Have a great day.
It's really like gargoyle.
Doug was okay today. He wasn't.
Yeah.
For not answering your question at all, he was great. For doing the exact opposite of the reason we called him. He was fantastic.
Oh, man. All right, we got to talk about the balloon. Now, how much time do we have? All right, I'll tell you what, we'll start the balloon here. We'll do a chunk one of the balloon, and then we'll pick it up if we don't finish up. Obviously, the Chinese spy balloon, which flew over the entire country. And, man, that thing was up in Montana. Next thing, it drove south to Kansas City.
It's off track.
And then,
over 11 states, it made a heck of a loop-de-loop.
This thing was maneuverable.
That thing was fast.
I mean, first of all, the communist Chinese government are liars. They will not tell the truth. This was a surveillance and spy balloon. They were trying to say, it was a weather balloon. And did you see that? The Chinese government was this is now an international incident. The U.S. government overreacted. They reserved the right to respond similarly. I mean, give me a break. They flew a spy balloon over our entire country. We should have blown this thing out over Alaska. It should not have been allowed to, because it rolled in over Alaska, then dipped into Canada, then into the northern part of the upper Midwest, or actually the Rockies area, and then cruised across Montana, and then drove south to Kansas City, and then headed over to the Carolinas.
Wasn't it in Montana over some sensitive areas?
Well, yeah. Well, the point is they think that it flew over nuclear missile silos in Montana.
Isn't there a way to be more sneaky about this?
Why did we? Well, it's called spy satellites, but there are things you can do with a balloon at a lower altitude than you can do with a spy satellite, even a low orbit satellite. But the bottom line is, why did we allow this balloon to drive across the entire U.S.? It traversed the entire country at like 60,000 feet. Why did we allow that? Why didn't we shoot this thing down over Montana? Oh, because we don't want anyone on the ground to get hurt. Montana has 14 people, and you've got a wide expanse. I've driven the entire state of Montana. I've driven from the west all the way to the east into South Dakota. I've driven the whole damn state. There is nothing there. It is a gorgeous state. There is nothing there. They could have shot this thing down over Montana, or they could have shot it down over Alaska. That's what NORAD does. They track crap like this. So I don't know why they didn't just shoot this thing down earlier. Instead, it came down in the water. They shot it down in F-22. They scrambled, I think, 2 F-22s from Langley, which is in the Tidewater, Hampton Roads area. So Langley is off of Mercury Boulevard. Mercury or Langley Air Force Base, which is in Hampton, Virginia, right in the Newport News, Hampton, Virginia Beach area. And so they scrambled 2 F-22s down to South Carolina, and they shot the thing out of the sky. And you see, people had footage. There's actual video. You could see the missile going into the balloon.
That's awesome.
And popping the thing, and then it starts falling. So it went into the Atlantic Ocean, and They said it was like 6 miles offshore or something. They
6 miles offshore within the 12-mile border of international waters.
They
or
needed
something?
to shoot it down before it got past 12 miles because that's still our territory before it gets more into international waters. And the water, I have a hard time believing this, but the water, they say the depth was only 47 feet.
Really?
47 feet is nothing because I'm a scuba diver. You can free dive 47 feet.
Then they can retrieve it easily.
Yeah, 47 feet is nothing. So I think they said that the debris field was over like 6 or 7 miles. So, they need to collect all the crap so we can kind of put a picture together. And, what were they collecting? What kind of technology were they using? So the Navy's involved in a salvage operation. There's some video from yesterday and Saturday where it looks like they've already retrieved stuff on some Navy ships out of Norfolk. So that's, or maybe out of Charleston, I don't know.
We'll find out.
Yeah, but that's the latest. But
I still don't understand why the Chinese didn't paint it blue and white like cloud colors. And it would just be invisible.
That would make much more sense.
Yeah. So the balloon's been shot down, but this reminded me of a whole different balloon deal. All right, when we get back, I just want to do a little flashback on one crazy story. And it dawned on me when we were talking about this last week. It dawned on me on Friday afternoon. Oh, my God, we forgot this. Hang on. We'll get to that next on the MJ Morning Show here on Q105. Oh, and there's also this babysitter, this smoking hot babysitter that allegedly watches the kids but then has a little side deal with the dads.
Whoa.
Yeah, whoa is right. Hold on. That is next. How the hell do you tune out of that? Next on the MJ Morning Show here on Q105. Stand by. I guess I never noticed how high Mariah Carey's voice was there.
What? That's her thing.
I know, but
I can hit that note.
I mean, all right, let me hear you hit that note. No. All right, yeah, stop.
Fester, can you?
Yeah, stop. You got the MJ Morning Show. It's Q105, MJ, Roxanne, Froggy, Fester on a very busy Monday show. So I got to bring up the second part of the balloon story. We'll do that first. I just checked my email during the commercial break. I've got a complaint, and I've got an individual that has sworn us off. We lost a listener. We lost a listener. You're not going to believe why we lost a listener today. And they're like, don't even bother reaching out. Don't even bother emailing me back.
Whatever.
Oh, my God. All right, this is the last thing I want to hear. And then the babysitter and the dads, and wait till you hear this thing coming up. First, though, the follow-up here on the balloon deal. So we have the balloon parts, hopefully, or they're diving. Listen, if the balloon parts fell in 47 feet of water, that is a nothing dive. That is a nothing scuba dive to dive. It's just, were they able to track exactly the area so they don't have to search over 6 or 7 square miles, for Chinese spy balloon parts? But the other thing that I was reminded of, and I was on Friday afternoon, I'm talking about the balloon thing on my other show, and I'm like, oh my God, the balloon boy. Do you
Richard
remember?
Heaney, our old friend.
Do you remember? We had him on the show years ago.
Oh, he used to always come in.
Yeah, Roxanne, do you remember? You remember Richard? Was it
Richard Heaney, private detective?
Yeah.
Remember his show?
Oh, we had like a
Richard Heaney, private detective.
That's right. There was a jingle.
He was pitching a show.
He lived in Colorado at the time, but then he eventually moved to like Sarasota or something.
Yeah, we had him on the air. That's right. I mean, numerous times. I festered. Stop scrolling.
He invented stuff all the time.
Yeah, the balloon boy incident. As soon as I was thinking about this Chinese spy balloon and people looking up and seeing the damn thing all over the United States. I'm like, what about the balloon boy hoax from October 15th of 2009?
Oh, so great.
When a homemade helium-filled gas balloon shaped to resemble a silver flying saucer was released in the atmosphere above Fort Collins, Colorado by Richard and Mayumi Heaney. They then claimed that their 6-year-old son, Falcon, was trapped inside.
So funny.
Authorities confirmed the balloon reached 7,000 feet. The event attracted worldwide attention. This was all over live TV. MSNBC, Fox News Channel, CNN.
Oh,
everyone was there. Everyone's going live with this thing, and they're tracking the balloon. You had like TV and news helicopters out of like Denver, and they're following the balloon, and it's like, and the 6-year-old boy is inside the balloon, and of course, the kid was never in the balloon.
He's like at home playing.
He was hiding up in the I think in the garage, up in the attic in the garage.
Jeez.
In Fort Collins, Colorado.
Oh, Richard.
But what happened was National Guard helicopters, local police pursued the balloon. After more than an hour and approximately 50 miles, the balloon landed about 12 miles northeast of Denver International Airport. When Falcon was not found inside, it was reported that an object had been seen falling from the balloon, and people thought it might have been the kid. Later that day, the boy was found hiding in the attic of his home.
Just kidding.
Where he had been the entire time. But then remember the kid on live television blew the whole story. Here, listen to this. Suspicions of a hoax soon arose, particularly after an interview with Wolf Blitzer on Larry King Live that same evening. Asked why he was hiding, Falcon said his father said, "You guys said to me, we did this for the show," apparently revealing that the Heaneys had staged the incident as a publicity stunt.
Yeah, for that show he was pitching.
Exactly. On October 18, 2009, Larimer County Sheriff Jim Alderton announced its conclusion that the incident was a hoax and the parents would likely face several felony charges. On November 13, 2009, Richard Heaney pleaded guilty to attempting to influence a public servant. He was sentenced to 90 days in jail, ordered to pay $36,000 in restitution. And Mayumi Heaney, the wife, was sentenced to 20 days of weekend jail.
I liked him. I thought he was cool.
That was the whole balloon boy incident.
Yeah, this whole thing just got a little out of hand. He tried to run a little scam. He invented...
Oh, my God. I know what you're going to say. It was so great.
Yeah, the bear back scratcher.
that you put up in the corner.
Essentially, it was a log that had a quarter of it cut out and would fit in any corner in your house.
Yeah. It was so great.
You could just scratch your back on it like a bear.
He also invented some sort of thing that was in the back of a truck. Remember, he brought that thing, and it was it was all big and confusing.
I don't
it was
remember
like
that.
a way to get stuff out of your truck.
Yeah, this guy came up to the show.
He always pitched his
Yeah, because they moved to Sarasota, and he came up to the show, after they left Colorado, after the whole Balloon Boy incident.
He's like, Pastor Frog, I got to show you I show my new invention. Oh, God.
But there was a jingle. Richard Heaney, Science Detective. Right, yeah.
That's right, Science Detective.
Science Detective.
He was going to do a
that.
Science Detective kids show.
But he was pitching a show. He wanted to be like a Mr. Science or a Bill Nye the Science guy, like on some, Mr. Whiz or whatever.
The new Beekman.
What's he doing now?
All right, folks. Yeah,
he invented the Scrub Daddy, actually.
Where is he?
He wishes.
I got a complaint here, folks, and
Roxanne, stop.
Stop. Spencer, mind
Roxanne, are you kidding me?
Mind your own business.
Let's read the whole thing.
Roxanne, stop holding signs up.
Roxanne, you can't do this.
Roxanne has a sign that says,
just-
Francis, will you be Omar's Valentine?
Oh, my God, that's worse than a happy birthday.
This is really getting...
And Francis, no.
Roxanne, stop holding signs up to the MJTV cameras, please.
Omar, I have bad news for you. Francis is not interested.
She says you have bad breath. She calls you Halatomar.
Dude, that was the funniest name I ever came up with for somebody. It just so happened his name was Omar and he had the worst breath. Remember Omar?
Great guy.
Oh no, his breath was the worst.
He had some pretty rank breath.
Halatomar.
So Fester nicknamed the intern Halatomar.
And he asked him if he brushed his teeth with a turd.
That's enough. Roxanne, really.
Don't look at me. Don't look at me. Just do the show and don't pay attention to what I'm doing.
It's just a distraction
It's
for you
not a
to hold up a
distraction.
sign.
I mean,
it's not a distraction.
What
They're still going to hear
was
your
MJ
words.
just talking about?
I don't know.
You don't even know what I was talking about.
God.
You are
No, somebody who emailed the show is mad.
You're more
Somebody's
focused.
mad.
You're more focused about writing out a message and holding it up to our cameras than paying attention to the show. All right, here's the complaint.
Oh, please.
Good morning. I just turned off your show. I can't stand the Ozempic commercial.
You know what? That person has a point. When you played it this morning, I thought to myself, we do play this jingle a bit.
It is extremely annoying to the point that I will change the channel on TV or mute the sound at a minimum. Now that you are whipping it out with no warning, I'm done at this point. Been listening to your show since your return and listen every day in the office. No more. The bit is not funny in the least, and the song is like fingernails on a chalkboard. If you ever stop playing the song, I will return. But since I won't be listening, it's not likely.
That's a good point.
Too bad, because I do enjoy your show. Otherwise, also, this is not intended to have you reach out to me, etc., as I know that you've done with past folks who've made similar comments. This note is really to let you know how annoying people find commercials that repurpose old songs with their own stupid product lyrics.
Whatever.
And then have to hear them as some sort of non-funny comedy bit. Have a good day. Regards, Mark.
Kia. I don't know what he's talking about.
All right.
Mark,
chill out.
All right. Since Mark is not listening, this is what he's angry over.
That's a good jingle. What's he talking about?
That doesn't repulse me.
I mean,
that doesn't repel me.
It's
that Mariah Carey singing repelled me.
I played it 15 times. It's a lot.
No, don't.
Okay,
Don't really.
good.
But the guy's he's triggered by the jingle. The dude is triggered by a 4-second spoof of Magic by Pilot. That's the song it's based on. Hey, Andrew, bring up Magic by Pilot, would you please?
No. What are you doing?
And, well, that's what this is based on. And I got Mark, the listener, all triggered, and he's flipped the channel. He's not listening to me anymore. He's reading me the Jingle Riot Act over here.
We don't need that chooch to listen anyway.
No, I do. Don't call him a chooch. Is that your favorite word now that Sardo used it?
I love it, Sardo. Thank you
Yeah,
so much.
Santo Sardo from Sardo's Pizza, who I raved about his his pie, Great New York Slice on Ulmerton in Largo. He came in and was talking about, I got a bunch of chooches.
Yeah, he called Dave Portnoy chooch.
Yeah, so Dave Portnoy, the pizza guy from Barstool, is a chooch, and he is. Portnoy has no idea what he's talking about.
Yeah,
the El Presidente pizza dude is a hack. He has no idea. He ought to be in the HBO show Hacks.
Oh.
Do you have the magic song? All right, roll that, just a little bit of it. Go. Yeah, this is what the Ozempic jingle is based on. It's Magic by the band Pilot. Roll it back real quick. I want to do an overlay. Would you please just roll it back a little bit? Hit it. Go ahead. Yeah, I'm going to do a little overlay here. What do you think?
Definitely, the one from the song is less invasive to my ears.
MJ, I think I agree with Mark.
Yeah, I think the jingle's way more annoying.
Are you going to turn us off too?
I mean, can we go on a medical product jingle hiatus for?
Dude, it's the only one I play occasionally. And we started playing the Ozempic jingle because we're talking about how people are using Ozempic
as a weight loss drug.
As a weight loss drug. People that have type 2 diabetes are having trouble getting Ozempic because you have all these people around the country that are having their doctors prescribe them Ozempic because it's helping people lose weight and they don't even have diabetes.
Now it's helping us lose listeners. We lost Mark.
Apparently so. Mark's all pissed off at...
I hate it too. You're right, Mark.
Yeah, and if it's one of those things, if it sticks in Mark's ear, if he's susceptible to that, I can see why he can't listen.
All right, so I won't play it again. What I'll do, I just played it for the last time. All right, I won't play.
Not forever. Just sometimes you play it without warning. Sometimes you play it 50 times.
I'm going to email Mark back. I'm going to say, Mark, I'm going to erase the Ozempic jingle from the computer. And we will not play it. So
now you're playing victim. Fine.
What a martyr.
Now I'll erase it, Mark. No,
I'm going to fall on my Ozempic pen. Are those things little? Is Ozempic a pill or is it a?
I think it's an oral.
Is it a pen?
I think it's. I always thought it was a pill. I don't know.
Pill, right?
I don't know if it's like one of those little injection deals. You know,
it's
little.
Not an Ozy pen, like an EpiPen. No.
This is Fester from the MJ Morning Show. We lost 200 pounds today on Ozempic because we lost.
Mark. Exactly.
Who needs them?
Wait a second. I stand corrected.
It is an injection.
It is injectable.
Yeah. I don't know.
That's what I thought. I thought I'd read it that it's an injectable like a Humira or some other like a pen. You just kind of jam it in and it just kind of jams you right in your whatever. Moving along. The hot babysitter, and I don't know if this is some just social media racket or whatever. And the reason why I'm bringing this up is apparently she's right here in the Tampa Bay area, allegedly, and goes to USF. And this is getting national attention. Professional babysitter and OnlyFans model Ariane Davis is pushing this story that she takes care of the kids, and then when the kids go to sleep, she then takes care of daddy.
It's my alma mater.
No, is
what do you mean it's your alma? What does that mean?
Disrespect the Bulls.
the USF. The nanny on come to daddy duty, flaunting her ample chest, flaunting her ample chest, taut midriff, and rounded hips as resume boosters. Professional babysitter Ariane Davis loves caring for kids and enjoys taking care of their fathers at bedtime even more.
So this is her business model.
Reasons I love to be a babysitter. Davis, a 19-year-old student at the University of South Florida, right here, USF, explained in a viral video. It's already over 4 million views. She says getting paid for playing with the kids, and then adds, once the kids are asleep, I can take care of single daddies.
Wow. Well, what if the dad looks like John Candy or something?
Would you hire me? In her images, she's wearing the tightest spandex, like shorts, and the tightest spandex leggings.
Is it childcare then prostitution?
It's
a little young.
It's carestitution. It kind of sounds like it, doesn't it?
I mean, is she a good babysitter?
Well, look at. Have you seen her?
No, let me see.
Here. She's in really good shape. She's got listen, I'm not going to lie. She's got a killer body.
MJ, she's a kid.
I'm sorry. I'm just telling you, she's got a great body. She's legal.
19.
She's younger than your kid.
She is. She's 19. She's legal.
There's got to be a legal age, and that's 18.
It's 18.
Tell it to the judge.
I'm being honest.
I would, and it'd be fine.
19 is legal. I wouldn't do it. I wouldn't do that because it's really, really creepy. But she's in pretty good shape. Isn't that Roxanne? Pretty killer body.
Let's see this one.
She's in good shape.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hold on. What are you communicating with the?
Roxanne just pointed out.
I'm just one of the guys. We talk.
What are you pointing out?
What are you pointing out?
She got a mole or something?
No.
She's got no moles.
Let me see.
All right, give me the picture. Oh, Froggy, you haven't seen it yet. I hand it over to Froggy. Hold on, Roxanne. Will you vocalize what you're trying to say?
Yeah,
you're doing all kinds of eye contact and then pantomime over here. Say what you want to say.
I think she has a great body.
Oh, dude, she's a butterface.
Yeah, not to the single dads. How about you watch my kid for a couple hours?
Is that what you're trying to say, Roxanne?
What were you saying?
I guess Froggy said it
say
more
it
eloquently.
on the air.
He said it more eloquently than I would have. Because you're talking about how hot she is, and I was just like, okay, well, her body is hot, yes.
But her face is.
All right,
Roxanne.
Like
why do you hold?
I hold back because I don't want to be. I really, really, really don't like to bash.
MJ,
women.
did you see her mug? Look at that thing.
Don't hold back. Say it, Roxanne.
Don't rely. Yeah, I'm the one who has to go out and say she's a butterface. You should have said it.
Yeah, Roxanne.
Guys.
I'll let you guys do my dirty work.
She's cute. She's not a knockout.
She's cute like my dog is.
From the neck down, it probably doesn't get much better than that.
No, you have a cute dog. I saw Froggy. Froggy has a beautiful dog. Froggy is a beautiful dog. I love your dog.
I thought she was going to be like so gorgeous.
Yeah, you were that's my point, MJ. You were setting it up like supermodel-esque.
Yeah.
OnlyFans.
She's in great shape. I'm just pointing it out. I got to lighten around. We have so much stuff we got to get to on this Monday. It's just a busy Monday. Honda is issuing a recall, or actually it's a do not drive. That's pretty heavy duty stuff. And they're older cars. I don't know how many of these are in the Tampa Bay area. I guess there are not that many in the United States. But Honda on Friday issued a do not drive warning for 8,200 Acura and Honda vehicles with unrepaired Takata airbags. The urgent warning covers various 2001, 2002, and 2003 Honda Accords, Civics, CR-Vs, Odysseys, and Pilots, as well as the Acura 3.2 CL.
So these are 20-plus-year-old vehicles.
Yeah, so, how many 2001, 2002, and 2003 Honda Accords and Civics are still on the road?
You know what? I would bet Honda has a larger percentage of vehicles than other brands. I've always heard about their longevity and their...
Yeah, listen, Honda makes a good product. Absolutely.
Economics of driving it makes sense.
Andrew, our producer, has... how old is your car?
I have an 06.
And what brand is it?
It's a Tacoma, Toyota
he has
Tacoma.
a Toyota.
And you've got some crazy mileage on the thing, right?
Yeah, I've got a few miles on it.
What you see ISIS
230.
So you have two... Oh, that's right, because you were making a big deal. You hit 230,000 miles last week.
Yeah.
What were you saying?
Froggy's right.
What
guys like Andrew trade in his truck eventually, right? And then they have no place to sell them, so they end up getting bought by ISIS, and you see them driving through the desert.
Have you ever seen ISIS trucks?
No.
They're all Tacomas.
Do you remember the case of a plumber who traded in his truck?
No, that's true.
And then it got sent to ISIS, and then there's a video of Burt's Plumbing in Dallas, Texas.
Hold on, stop.
Right.
Stop. That is a great story.
That's why I brought it up.
We ought to spend a second on that. That is a true story. A dude had a pickup truck for his plumbing company here in the United States, and he traded in the truck or sold the truck.
And had a logo on the door.
Exactly. It's like so-and-so plumbing. You could probably look up the story. And
ISIS plumbing truck, first thing that comes up.
Suddenly, oh, here it is.
Mark 1 plumbing.
Yeah. Texas plumber sues car dealer after his truck ends up on Syria's front lines. The images.
Oh my God! Look at that.
I mean, they never even took the logo off. It's Mark's Plumbing with the phone number in Texas, and his truck ended up, and it's being used by terrorists. They put the whole machine gun turret on the back.
I
of
think
the
that's a
pickup
Tacoma,
truck.
isn't it?
No, that's a F-250. That's a big truck.
And it says Mark 1 Plumbing, and the signs are still on the side of the pickup truck.
Mark is like, come on, you know, I can't buy some spray paint.
The images were like all over the place. What year was this? This was
2015?
2015.
MJ, going back to earlier to the show, all they had to do was pull a Damone.
Oh, man.
Put cardboard over it.
Cardboard
Little brick.
and duct tape. Hang on a sec.
So,
let me get the duct tape. Yeah, let me get the duct
Let's
tape here.
cover up this Mark 1.
This duct tape won't peel anyway.
So then people would call Mark's business and call him a terrorist. This guy lives in the middle of Texas.
Because they'd see video of like the ISIS terrorists with machine guns, and they're driving through like the sand in Syria, and people are like, "Hey, dude, why is your plumbing truck used by terrorists in Syria?"
It's hilarious.
In good old boys, Texas. Man, that was a funny story. Anyway, if you're driving one of these Hondas and you haven't had the airbags repaired, do not drive, because these are those exploding Takata airbags that have killed people.
If they're making the recall now, does that mean they finally have the replacement?
No. There are 8,200 Hondas and Acuras on the road that have not had the faulty airbags replaced. And they can tell through registrations, I guess, that there are still 8,200 of these cars from 01, 02, and 03 still on the road. So if you have one and you haven't had the airbag fixed, or if you somehow ended up with a used Honda Accord, Civic, CRV, Odyssey, Pilot, or an Acura 3.2 CL or a 3.2 TL with the alpha inflators, has it been fixed? If not, they don't want you to drive the car because it could explode and knock your head off.
Right, but if Honda's making that recall now, are they saying, hey, we finally have the replacement for them?
They've had the recall out for a decade.
The recall's been out for years. These are cars they determined that have not been subject to the recall yet. People haven't brought them in.
That's why they're issuing a stop drive.
Stop drive.
Stop it. Do it now.
These cars are on the road, and people have not brought them in for the recall to have the airbags replaced.
Okay, because we're going a long time without even having access to replacement airbags.
That's not the case.
We're well beyond that. All right, moving along on the MJ Morning Show. We got some. What time is it? Oh my! Where's the time go? It is 9. I got to do one thing here, and then we'll move on. The last segment is going to be just jammed. But this guy is out of control, man. People in stores, if you tick them off, customers will do some crazy crap. You ask anyone that works in retail, people are flipping nuts. They're out of their minds. Out of Pennsylvania, Berks County, Walmart employees were watching this guy go nuts. He purposefully dumped numerous liquids on multiple aisles inside Walmart because he had to wait in line too long at the customer service counter. You know, if you're doing a return or something. Listen, I've been to Walmart. I've seen the customer service line. Sometimes it's really, really long. This guy got ticked. So on 2 separate incidents, police in Berks County, Pennsylvania said 46-year-old Leonard Repp walked into Walmart with a 13-year-old of no relation to him. Why would a 46-year-old guy be with a 13-year-old that's no relation to him? Anyway, apparently the kid was a friend of like somebody in his family. But still, it's weird. Why are you with this?
Still sounds a little fishy.
Why are you with this 13-year-old and not with your son or daughter and the other 13-year-old? So he was ticked off that there was a line and he had to wait a long time, deemed the customer service shoddy and poor. So this guy opens up containers of bleach, motor oil, dish soap, maple syrup, molasses, and jelly and starts dumping it all over the floors inside a Walmart.
Not the molasses.
What is wrong with this guy? Then he returned a couple of days later and poured bleach, pickles, and hot sauce on multiple aisle floors at Walmart. Yeah, they released surveillance video of the guy. Police were able to identify him on January 30th. And in an interview, Rep had admitted to both incidents, saying that he'd done it because of bad customer service and having to wait in long lines. Listen, I've been to the South Tampa Walmart. I've talked about it, how the lines are out of control. That they've got like one cashier for the whole place at the South Tampa on the Walmart on Gandy in South Tampa. Lines have been crazy, and they have like one person. They got 20 checkout lanes, and they got 2 people working.
You know what pisses me off? My Walmart, the one with the churro stand on Waters, closed the garden center entrance with the cashier.
Yeah, no cashier standing there.
So now it's like you got to go in with, the crazy shoeless people.
I know what you're talking about. All right, when we get back, I have the final segment of the MJ Morning Show here on a Monday, and we've got a lot to cover, including the Disney disaster. We'll get to that coming up. Also, Dead Granny 1 and Dead Granny 2.
Huh?
But they weren't really dead.
What?
Yeah.
All right.
What?
So, dead grannies, but they're not really dead. And there's not one, but 2 of these.
Zombie granny?
I don't want to say it.
I'm going to make it all crystal clear when we get back. And a whole lot more next. Don't move. Could be the best segment of the day next on the MJ Morning Show here on Q105. If you're looking... MJ Morning Show on Q105.
I love that song.
Man, that got me pumped.
I love that song.
What are you getting all breathy for over here?
Me and Fester were slow dancing.
That is like the quintessential love song for me. I love that song. Man.
What movie was that from?
Robin Hood.
Was it Robin? Yeah, you're right. It was Robin.
Not the Men in Tights version.
MJ Morning Show on Q105. MJ here with Roxanne. Froggy. Fester is back in studio. Fester, you look good. You sound good. It seems like you've bounced back from your... I mean, you're still having some effects, but...
Very mild.
The myasthenia gravis is back under control, and hopefully it goes to sleep forever, but at the least, maybe you'll get another 10 years out of it.
I do know that when I start feeling symptoms, I can expect a month-long process to get back to close to normal.
God, what reeks of marijuana? My God.
I don't know.
Fester, is that part of your new medication?
What is going on? I mean, I just
Why
had
don't you share some with me?
I like to incorporate it.
My God, I just had a weed blast. That's some strong stuff.
What's coming? Is it the vents in
What
here?
is going
It's coming from
on?
another studio or
I
something.
don't know what's going on, man.
Country station or the Tejano station, or I don't know what.
The final chunk of the MJ Morning Show here on a Monday. Couple of things I just teased. First of all, the Disney dilemma. You remember we talked about the new Disney Star Wars hotel experience, and the price was out freaking rageous?
Sounds familiar.
They're chopping the prices. We're cutting the hell out of high prices, ladies and gentlemen. Disney has slashed prices at its widely criticized Star Wars Galactic Star Cruiser Hotel, where some of the rooms have been called a windowless bunker.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
It is apparently some kind of an experience where you're you're immersed. It's a Star Wars immersive experience where you interact with the Star Wars characters.
My God! It sounds like such a dork fest.
It's a 100-room hotel. And guests are required to book a minimum of 2 nights, priced at about $5,000 per couple and about $6,000 for a family of 4.
I think it's also a maximum of 2 nights.
Yeah, the cost of the high-end, really tricked out suite, $20,000 a night. What?
Does it come with a Princess Leia type woman?
I'll tell you what.
I mean, how great can it possibly be?
Guests complained early on about the rates. They said the food costs were outrageous, and the extras, like a private portrait session with a photographer, was another expensive add-on. So now they're slashing the prices. I can't believe, even if you're the biggest Star Wars fan, who the heck is going to pay $5,000 to $6,000 a night?
Me. I love Star Wars. I'm definitely going to be there. Will I be able to wear my mouthpiece?
What's your name?
Sloshy.
My name is Peter.
Hi, Peter. You've got a very sloshy sound.
Peter Snigglefits is my name.
Are you wearing braces still with the rubber bands?
Yes, I've had to wear these my entire life since I was a little kid.
And how old are you now?
47.
You're still wearing the braces with,
yes.
with the rubber bands?
I'm still waiting for my teeth to correct itself. But yes, I will be attending this cruise with my...
No, it's not a cruise.
It's not a cruise.
No, it's a hotel.
It's like a land.
It's a land-based hotel at Disney.
Wait, what'd you say was $6,000 a night?
For $6,000 a night?
Yeah, it's $5,000 per couple per night, and it's about $6,000 for a family of 4.
What a ripoff!
Yeah, I mean, okay, so let's do the math on that. $180,000 a month. You could just live in the Davis Islands house for $60,000 a month. That is steal, right?
Yeah, live in the house that Tom Brady
Yeah, where
lived
Tom
in.
Brady was.
Yeah, but you're not interacting with Darth Vader and whoever else was in Star Wars. I don't know the characters.
All right, the price, though, is being cut. Now, I don't see what the price is being cut to.
With a lightsaber?
Now, in order to get guests to fill in some of the vacancies, they're now offering $700 on a 2-night stay. Are you kidding me? Wait a minute. So they were trying to get $5,000 a night, and now it's $700. Now, is that $700 a night for a 2-night stay, or $700 for the 2-night stay? It doesn't delineate.
knowing a Disney property like that, it might be $700 a night.
Anyway, people are they were incensed. I remember we talked about this, that the prices were crazy when this first opened up. Was it sometime last year, if I'm not mistaken?
It's outrageous.
Are you ready for deceased granny number 1 and deceased granny number 2, but they're not really deceased? So what could this story be leading to? If I said deceased granny number 1 and deceased granny number 2, but they're not really dead, what comes to mind?
Like an insurance scam or something?
Fake their death.
You know what? All good guesses, but not what I'm looking for. Here we go.
Okay.
An Iowa care facility is facing $10,000 in fines. Why? They pronounced a 66-year-old resident dead, which is not that old.
No.
They transported her to a funeral home where she woke up in a bag gasping for air.
God, it's like a horror movie.
Oh, my God.
Oh, my God.
She pulled an Anne Heche. Popped up.
A new report from the Iowa Department of Inspections and Appeals, which came out last week on Feb 1, first reported by CBS affiliate KCCI, details a series of events that led to the woman being mistakenly pronounced dead. The unidentified resident, who had been at the Glen Oaks Alzheimer's Special Care Center since December of 2001, was moved into hospice care at the facility because of a senile degeneration. While in hospice, comfort measures were taken. Several members recorded occurrences of diminished lung sounds, minor seizures. On January 3rd, the woman was pronounced dead at 6 a.m. after an employee identified as Staff C said that she did not feel a pulse, was not breathing. So they put the body in a bag, transported it to a funeral home. A funeral director arrived shortly after 7:30 a.m. with the assistance of another nurse, and the resident was placed in the body bag, zipped shut. The funeral director left the facility after picking up the body, and the funeral home director started noticing the chest moving as she gasped for air inside the bag.
What?
Oh, my God, that's horrific.
Oh, my God.
And that's only a $10,000 fine? It seems like it should be a little more.
All right,
So please unzip the bag.
So that's dead granny number 1 that wasn't really dead. Are you ready for the second one?
I mean, does it get crazier than that?
Woman
A BOGO.
Yeah, here we go. What is it, a BOGO?
Yeah.
It's a buy one, get one.
Buy one granny, get one granny.
It's a BOGO deal. Woman 82 found breathing at Long Island funeral home hours after being pronounced dead.
What's the matter with these funeral homes?
I don't know. This is Port Jefferson, New York. This is out on Long Island. This is a pretty civilized joint. 82-year-old woman was found breathing at the funeral home after being pronounced dead. The woman, who was not being publicly named, was pronounced dead at the Water's Edge Rehab and Nursing Center. The same deal. It was a nursing home. The woman was discovered breathing at 2:09 p.m., and then she was taken to the hospital. She was delivered. They pronounced her dead like 11:15 a.m. on Saturday. They took her to the O.B. Davis Funeral Home at about 1:30 p.m. At 2:09 p.m., they discovered she's breathing.
Oh, man.
What the hell? 2 stories in like just a couple of days?
Are people getting trigger happy on pronouncement of death?
Yeah, that's a good point. Trigger happy on pronouncing.
Well, when they're in the bag, you would seem it's safe.
What time you want to call it? You going to call it? Let's call it. Let's call it. All right, 9:43 a.m. Going to call. Oh,
yeah.
Up, they're breathing. Up, uncalling it.
Cancel.
Cancel,
You know
cancel,
what?
cancel.
I was wrong.
Delete.
That's crazy. Hey, speaking of deceased individuals, you see that they left Aaron Carter out of the Grammys in memoriam last night? A bunch of Aaron Carter fans went ballistic. Did he qualify to be?
I mean,
he was a singer. I mean, Nick Carter's brother from the Backstreet Boys, who died recently, he was left off the Grammys in memoriam. Every year, whether it's the Academy Awards, whether it's the Grammys, they always leave people off, and sometimes they're shockers. Like, how could they forget them?
I don't know if this is much of a shocker. He was being kind of a degenerate for years. No disrespect.
Listen, he was in bad shape, certainly. But
was he ever nominated for a Grammy?
Yeah, That's How I Beat Shaq.
Say it again. What?
That's the name of his hit song. That's How I Beat Shaq.
Oh, okay, whatever.
It's a song about. Let me tell you, it's a song about him beating Shaq in basketball.
I guess.
Isn't
so.
that good?
Yeah.
All right, so I think the in memoriams should only be for people who've been nominated for awards. Not the winners.
Any award?
No, like for that, like the Grammys should only focus on people who've been nominated for Grammys who kicked the bucket. If you've never been nominated for a Grammy, then you shouldn't make the in memoriam for the Grammys.
Don't gotta get hot about it. Jeez.
I'm really passionate about it.
No, because you're going to have like no people there in memoriam.
You know how hard it is to win a Grammy?
That's a high bar to set.
Lionel Richie, dead. That's it.
Oh, man. We got a lot of ground we got to cover tomorrow.
What an idiot.
I have so much stuff left over that I've got a whole show sitting here for tomorrow already. Hey, website is loaded, mjmorningshow.com, mjmorningshow.com. If you want to send me an email and complain about something, it's mj@mjmorningshow.com. My private email, mj@mjmorningshow.com. Folks, have a fantastic day. We'll see you back here tomorrow, and let's be careful out there.
Hear the latest MJ Morning Show podcast on the Q105